Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Clown Ninja Podcast. Today is a special episode. Spoils recently just dropped, and today we're joined with our regular co-host, of course, Free Game Nino the Third, and of course today we have a special guest, my guy Big Udi. We might be joined with some other people in the future or in a couple of minutes, but that's for later. But yeah, so the spoilers recently dropped. Ooh, have you read the spoilers?
Bro didn't even give me time to start my own stream.
Say it again.
You say you ain't
I've
getting time
not
to start
read the
his own
spoilers.
stream.
And I
Oh, my
am
bad. Oh,
actively excited to be here without knowing a thing.
Holy. Melon want to crash out once he hear that. Bro. You gotta chill.
I mean, I guess we can just read them off to you, and then we can just have a live reaction rather than a
Yeah,
pre-reaction.
I guess we could do that.
All right, so I brought the spoilers up on the screen for everybody to read, and Baara, you have the spoilers as well, right? If not, I can
Yeah.
put them in the chat. Well, go ahead, bruh.
Wait, say something, y'all. I just connected my headphones.
Oh, this guy.
You good?
You this guy.
All right, yeah,
Go ahead.
sure.
Start off with the spoilers. What's the first spoiler?
All right, first spoiler. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this thing up.
So would you be mad if I said that I don't want the spoiler?
Right, we got.
I mean, would you be mad if we spoiled you real quick?
So okay. Hear me out. Could we talk about the spoilers without spoiling?
No.
Holy no!
Let me ask you this: how spoilery are these spoilers?
How spoilery? I don't even think that's a
Well,
real word, but all right.
I get from last chapter. You know that there was going to be a fight, or the fight was about to ensue. So these spoilers essentially detail what happens in the fight.
Yeah, I feel like that's already too much of a spoiler.
Oh my!
They could have
What did you tell me?
resolved it. Now I know they don't.
Oh my bad. But it was damn near a foregone conclusion that they were gonna fight, bro. It was there. How was that? How was it a theory that it was gonna be a peaceful resolution?
Hey man,
Impossible.
I told Kamui
never
we
know.
talking about spoilers, so hey, too bad, so sad. We talk about these spoilers, man. You're gonna have to be spoiled, mama guy.
Yeah. If you want to leave and hop back on in like 45 minutes or
that's
so,
fine.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. See y'all later.
All right, later.
All right,
That's funny as hell.
all right, yeah.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right, so
Bar.
yeah, I guess. All right, so yeah, I guess we can go through these spoilers like chronologically.
Yes,
All right, so it says chapter begins with a flashback of Kid Shinky, Araya, and Yoda with Gara. It's about the blade/sword. And I don't know if you read the spoilers, but this right here is like a theme throughout like the entire chapter, like the blade and sword. So I think like this right here is probably gonna be like a big thing. And to be honest, I thought I'm glad with what they did with it. I'll get to that a little bit later once we actually do read that. But this right here, it seems like an OP blade or sword. And to be honest, it might actually mean that Gar's Sand might be more powerful than Shinky's, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Next bullet point says, back to the present time, Araya uses his blade to dissipate the iron sand from Mitsuki, so he is free and joins Sarda and Sand Company against Ryu.
man.
So again, I was just talking about how OP the blade it was. We kind of already knew that the blade was like a cancel to the iron sand, but like he's spamming it in this chapter.
Yeah,
and this is the first time he
facts.
actually used.
But I honestly, we could talk about this later. But I honestly think he's going to be the first one to go out.
You think so?
Like hell yeah.
And to be honest,
He's like the like Ryu's major like hindrance basically, and if you want to win, you're going to get rid of the person who's nullifying everything that you can do as far as your ability. So I definitely think he's going to be the first one to take the axe.
no, it's possible, 1000%. Oh well, that's gonna be mitigated a little bit later in the spoilers. We'll get to that, but nah, I honestly do believe it. It's a high. Because before this, we were talking about how we thought that there should be a death in this mini arc or this arc right here, what
Facts.
we're on. And if there was a person to die, I think it would be one of the Sand people, and it would be a nice little storyline if Araya died. And of course, we don't necessarily know why he died, but hypothetically, if Yoda was the person who actually was the cause of it after Araya was like pretty much pleading with Yoda to not do anything stupid, that could be a little bit decent writing. And of course, she has her whole reflection arc, and she gets stronger, god level, and all of a sudden she's pretty much destroying characters like Jura. You never know, but
Yeah, not gonna happen. Is it like wrong that I don't like that? I don't care about that character at all.
nah, it's not wrong. The writers got to give you something to care about first. And I think originally, like, I kind of cared about them simply because, like, we never really got to see elite puppeteers or
Mm.
puppet users too much before. And we also never really got, or at least like him, we did see, of course, some other characters during the Urashiki arc. And that was like some Otsuki puppets, but those were like other puppets. And also, we never really got like a elite sound ninja as well, which is what Yodo is. So imagine if there's like a sound ninja that's like god tier, like at the Jigen level. We never really seen anything like that. So like that's the only reason why I would like take interest in them. But other than that, yeah, the writers gotta give us something. The writers gotta make us want them to stay alive. You feel me?
Yeah, no
Um,
facts. And they don't give us a reason
yeah.
for us to want him to stay alive, except for Araya. I would say I like his character. Like
And to
his
be
whole
honest,
aesthetic. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was agreeing, but to be honest, they kind of I believe that they're going to start to actually give us some of that character development from these side characters because the first bullet point it said it started off with a flashback with Shinki, Araya, and Yodo, oh, with Gara. So I feel
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
where they start to like actually build the character of Yodo and Araya. So hopefully they do a good job of it.
yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
they do a
So
good job with it.
yeah, fact. All right, so the next one, Ryu gets serious and attacks them with a lot of iron sand, but Araya counterattacks with his blade, dissipating it. Iron sand then appears from below and behind them, so Araya uses his blade again. So yeah, Araya just spamming the blade. And to be honest, this kind of goes into what I was kind of thinking about a little bit earlier when it comes to like Hidari and why Hidari wasn't as effective against a character like Sarda. Remember, it kind of looked or it seemed like Sarda got the upper hand of Hidari. And to be honest, in certain ways, she actually did. But like, I feel like Sasuke, if he was fighting a character like Sarda, would kind of know he can't really use a Chidori if he doesn't have the Sharingan. Whereas Hidari, he doesn't really know that, so he's still going to use the Chidori even without the Sharingan. It's kind of like this, where Ryu, he's using Iron Sand even though the blade is on the battlefield. Whereas Shinki, I feel like he'd be a lot better at countering the blade than Ryu is. So Ryu right now could kind of seem a bit weaker than Shinki is because he just keeps spamming the Iron Sand even though the guy has the blade. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because just like how you pointed out, like with Sarda and Hadari, how Hadari didn't know how to use he didn't know that you can't use the Chidori without the Sharingan. It could be the same thing for Ryu. Like he doesn't know that the sword is what's nullifying his sand. So that's why he keeps on spamming it, like just reiterating what you're saying, because I totally agree with that. But that begs to differ is like, is he going to eventually figure out every time he pulls out the sword, or is it a limit to how much he can use the sword? I think it's a seal on it though, so I don't think it's like a limit to how much he can use it. And that brings me back to the point of why I think that Ryu is going to eliminate him first.
Yeah, that's possible. 1,000%. That's possible. I was just looking. I was looking up some other stuff. Like what is Catan? It's the fireball jutsu. I don't know why. Like translators just don't write that. But you'll understand the next bullet point. So the next bullet point: Sarda uses Catan, which is fire style fireball jutsu, on Ryu, but he defends against it with the Iron Sand shield. And again, I feel like just to touch on Shinky a tad bit, I feel like this is like a decent fight because it does kind of show us what Shinky has in his toolbox, like after the time skip. We haven't necessarily got to see Shinky, even though this isn't technically Shinky, but Ryu is kind of using Shinky's abilities. So
Right.
like a sand iron, so a iron sand shield, like that could be a fire fire jutsu. Like imagine just a shield made out of iron sand that is
Well,
actually like elite at defense.
well, Gar
I
did the
want to
same
see it.
thing
Like
though. He did the sand show.
he did. You mean like him like just having like a bunch of sand come up and like come up from the ground and just be like a shield like that,
Yeah, you don't
or
remember
was
in the
it like
Chunin
that?
exams?
I gotta remember. Nah, I gotta see which one that is. But I was talking about more like you know how the
Remember
Yata
when
mirror is.
Sasuke
Like
did
if you
like
made
to Chidori and he tried to like cut through it, but he couldn't. And one time Garu was in there and he was screaming, he was injured, and he was having like that mental
the
breakdown.
ball.
Yeah, that was a
Oh, that
sand
was the
shield.
ball. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. I'm thinking about something different. Yeah, like how the Yata mirror is like a shield. I was thinking if Shinki could make like a shield like that made out of sand and it have like a higher density than like just his regular sand shield. So it'd be like higher defenses off of like just a shield like that. That'd be on his arm, not a full like body ball like my guy Gar did.
Like a body armor, like a Iron Man type shit. This with fucking sand. That's what you're talking
Not
about?
just like
That would be fire though.
Not just like an actual shield, like just like you know how like shields look like the Yata mirror. You know how the
Mm,
Yata mirror looks.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, like maybe he could like actually have like an actual legitimate shield like that made out of his iron sand. That have like a lot higher defensive statistics than his regular sand. I thought that would be a little bit cool.
Man, he needs to find a way to
Yeah,
implement like a sand shield around him where it's like a exoskeleton type thing.
yeah, like I think that'd be fire too. That's kind of what Gara did. Gara had like the sand as the shield as well. And we already know that like Shinki, like his sand is a lot better when it comes to just flat out defense. The only thing though, it'll probably be a lot heavier
It's
than
slower,
Gara's sand,
yeah.
so his mobilities, yeah, his mobility will be a lot slower. That's pretty much the only
But yeah,
thing. But yeah, all right. So
what's
the
the next
next
one?
bullet point says the next bullet point, another character gets thrown in is Sage Mitsuki. It says Sage Mode Mitsuki's snakes appear from behind and manage to hold Ryu in place so he can attack him. All right. This is fire. Finally, I mean, we kind of knew that Sage Mode Mitsuki was actually going to participate. Like he wasn't necessarily just going to be like a regular base Mitsuki because he's been spamming Sage Mode so far in TBV. But the confirmation just feels good. I ain't gonna lie,
Oh
feel
yeah,
good.
definitely. I totally agree with that. Like, we never. Well, I mean, we got to see the Sage Mumiski fight with Boruto, but now we get to actually see him use Sage Mode like to the full extent. Because I think like I don't want to say he was holding back against Boruto, but I don't think that he like had the intent to kill Boruto like he said he did. You know, so
Yeah, no, I was saying I agree because remember he was basically like unsure if Boruto was actually his son, and remember he wants to do anything possible to protect his son. So like I don't think it was possible for him to actually be going 100% because he was unsure if he was actually his son or not.
yeah, facts. So are they saying that we're going to get a fight between Shinki and Mitsuki, or is they saying that they just released him so he can attack him?
Nah, Mitsuki's are definitely a part of the battle. We got other bullet points that brings up Mitsuki too. It's actually an excellent bullet point. But yeah, so far all Mitsuki really did, and to be honest, I'm gonna be analyzing this like no tomorrow because of course I do want to power skill. I got Mitsuki in Sage mode. Like this is one of the first times we actually get to see a legitimate or at least a like battle with Mitsuki in Sage mode against someone else, not against Boruto, which is crazy OP, and we don't even fully know if he's going all the way. But see, I'm gonna be analyzing this like a hawk. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so
Facts.
the next bullet point says Sage Mode Mitsuki attacks Ryu with his snakes, but he evades but he evades by turning himself into iron sand. Next bullet point says Araya uses his blade to counter this. The iron sands are joined together, forming Ryu's body. So this was kind of confusing the first time I read it, but because Araya was spamming his iron sword, well his sword, a little bit more, I kind of understood this. So what happens is like Araya, not Araya, Ryu essentially like brushes off the last attack by turning himself into iron sand, but Araya forces the iron sand to mold Ryu back into his body by using the blade. So like this is legitimately a hard counter to his iron sand, like, which is crazy.
Wait, repeat that for me one more time. My brain didn't comprehend.
My bad. Yeah, my mouth didn't say it correctly either. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so what happens is Mitsuki attacks Ryu with his iron snakes, but before the snakes actually get there, Ryu turns himself into sand. But I'm just saying, like the hard counter from like the blade forces Ryu to actually form his body again with the iron sand. Like it basically cancels whatever jutsu it was that allowed Shinji to turn to iron sand and like negate that last attack. I'm just saying, like I never really seen something like that, something that forced a ninja to like go back to or actually materialize their body again. Because this isn't like the first ability where like a ninja could just like turn to something else. Like we've seen like even Sugetsu turn to water to like negate an attack or something like that, but we never
Oh,
really got to
okay,
see
okay,
a ninja
okay.
forced back into to the actual body.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. So he did something similar to that. Like he turned himself into sand
Yeah.
to like negate the attack.
Well,
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. That's actually pretty fire. I wonder if Shinki can use that
yeah.
ability then.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I think if Ryu could use it, Shinki could use it for it. Well, I'd say anything that isn't like the claw mark abilities, pretty much. Anything that isn't the claw mark ability, I feel like the original body could actually use it as well.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I,
The next bullet point it says, what happened?
go ahead.
Oh yeah, next bullet point it says Sagemo Mitsuki manages to land an attack and Sarada activates her Sharingan / use Shidori on Ryu's body. Alright, so we got a couple confirmations here again. Mitsuki actually manages to land an attack. And I feel like that right there again, but without the actual panels, we don't know for sure. But again, as I said, I'm analyzing these text spoilers like a hawk, bro. I'm like Mitsuki actually landed a blow on Ryu. I actually do believe this might be like one of the first blows that was actually landing on Ryu, which is like actually impressive.
And didn't it say that Sarada used her Chidori?
Oh yeah, it says she activated her Sharingan and used her Shidori on Ryu's body.
So she connected as
I'm
well
not.
to it.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily confirm that that she connected. I think she did, but because Mitsuki actually does get confirmed, I do want to glaze that a little bit. But yeah, so if this is actually a thing, I'm happy though. Every time Sarada fights, my bad. Every time Sarada fights, it's always a question like, is she going to use her Sharingan? Like, we didn't even get to the Mangekyo Sharingan. Is she just going to use her regular Is she just going to use her regular Sharingan? I think that's the question a lot of the time. So we actually get it confirmed in this particular chapter, but also her actually just flat out utilizing Shidori. If it connects, I think that's impressive. What the same glaze I just gave Sagemo and Mitsuki, I gotta give to Sarada as well. Pretty much, it's the exact same.
No, facts. So, do you think that it's a possibility that we will get her Mangekyo in this chapter or maybe next chapter?
From the spoilers, it don't look like it. Well, at least from this chapter,
Well,
it don't
of
look like
course
it.
they ain't
The
gonna give
next
out
chapter,
they ain't gonna give out the everything, but go ahead. Sorry. Next chapter,
nah,
it's a
good.
possibility.
Yeah, I'd say the next chapter is a possibility. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil you before I actually get to the point in the spoilers, but you'll understand why the next chapter is going to be a lot harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next bullet point, it says Ryu turned into Iron Stand again, and Shidori wasn't enough to take him down. So I'm guessing it did connect, but it just wasn't enough to take him down, which is perfectly reasonable. Like Mitsuki's attack didn't completely take Ryu down, so I can't necessarily just slander Sarada for not fully one-shotting Ryu, right? But yeah, it's still impressive that she actually did connect with Ryu. And I do want to see exactly how that two-man attack did actually come together, because one of the things we were talking about a bit earlier is I thought that Sarada should be leading a lot of the attacks. And of course, I feel like this right here was like a combination attack with Mitsuki and Sarada. Hopefully, she actually did line it up. Again, I'm campaigning for her to be Hokage over Konohamaru. And this chapter right here gotta be Exhibit A. Gotta be.
Stop
But next
Stop
bullet point. So it says, back to Matsuri and Konohamaru. We see Ada watching and saying Konohamaru is in trouble, saying he can be devoured at any moment. Boruto and Kashin Koji asks about Sarada and others against Ryu. Yeah, so I guess Ada already given up on my guy Konohamaru.
Bro, I was reading a Screen Rant article where it was saying that this chapter was going to be focused more on Konohamaru than anybody else.
Yikes. It's possible because
I'm gonna
again,
see
these
if
are
I can
just
pull
bullet
it
points.
up.
These aren't like it's possible because these are just the bullet points. But like, I ain't gonna lie. From the bullet points, it doesn't look like it.
I'm
But
a,
again, what I do have to say is like they're known for like shout out to these guys. Shout out to my guy Geekdom as well. They're dragging Geekdom for leaking too much Dragon Ball Daima. But yeah, so these leakers they're kind of cognizant of not leaking everything. So it could be like a huge Konohama storyline that they just didn't add in the spoilers text.
yeah, it says. Let me hold on. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen for people as well. Hold on. There we go. I wish I can have you read it as well, but hold on, I'll read it for you. I just want the people to see it though. There we go. Alright, so it says Boruto fans looking forward to the next chapter of the story should keep in mind that the story is now confirmed to focus on Konohamaru Sarutobi. While this might sound rather obvious to some, it must be kept in mind that there are multiple plot points like Ikimoto is currently juggling, and this fight could have easily been left for later, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 19's cover was officially revealed earlier today by the official Boruto account, and it has Moegi on the cover. Given that Moegi stars on the cover, fans can say for sure that this chapter would be heavily focused on Konohamaru's battle against Matsuri. So I think that's just like a opinion that they have just because of the cover. But as we've seen in the past with covers, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to focus on that character. What do you think?
Oh, say it again. That last sentence, my bad.
No, I was saying like they are like I think it's more of like opinion based. They think that's what's going to
Yeah,
happen because they're going off the
yeah,
cover. And as we've seen with like
yeah. No,
previous chapters, just because a character is on the cover, that doesn't mean that it's going to be heavily focused on that character.
no. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, it did sound like an opinion based type of thing. So yeah, so they probably don't even know. Yeah, it's just an opinion. They might have just been completely wrong. They might, and to be honest, it's like a fair. It's fair for them to be completely wrong because the Boruto manga like they're like known for clickbaiting people for their titles. Like you just said, like just because they're on the title doesn't mean like that's going to be the focal point of the actual chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, they even clickbait in the anime openings too. Like remember that ice-tailed beast, bro? Oh my goodness, story for another time.
Yeah,
Story
sorry
for
for another
another
time. Sorry for another time. I remember the
Yeah.
theories on that, but yeah, for sure. Bro,
Oh my goodness.
uh
Went platinum.
I want to show some of that freaking spoiler fan art that looked pretty dope, but go to the next bulletin point and we can go into that later on in the podcast.
Yeah, facts. We like pretty much halfway done right now. Yeah, so we could pretty much finish this up and then react to some other stuff that or some of the fake spoilers. I wish Konohama was something. Never mind. We'll continue. So
Come on,
we're back.
you spoiling it. Come on.
Yeah, facts. All right, so we're back to the Ada scene where Ada's essentially telling Kasha Koji and Boruto what's going on. So Ada says that they've managed to hold their own or hold their ground, but Konohama is in trouble. Seems Boruto wants to join, but Kasha Koji tells him nope. All right, so yeah, again, the proof or the actual my case for Sarada being Hokage over Konohama just keeps growing and growing the more I
Bro,
read
can
these
you
spoilers.
stop talking like
I'm
that?
so
Just get into
so-
the material. It's,
bro, we just talked about how coming into this chapter, we thought it could be like a chapter solely focused on
bro,
Konohamaru.
you've been
The
saying
first
for
thing
the
we heard from
last
Konohamaru,
4 podcasts about her being Hokage. I get it. All right, let's
gang,
get into it.
gang. The first update we hear from Konohamaru is in trouble. Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. That's the first thing we hear from my guy, and he's supposed to be the next Hokage.
Bro, he by himself though. They like on 4-on-1 with Ryu.
That's true, but you gotta think, bro. He the oldest one there, bro. He pushing 35. Like at
Bruh,
what point is he supposed to be the big dog?
Shinky and Gara got bodied by Moegi. So come on.
Gang.
Mitsuki,
We
sorry, not
under
Moegi.
when what's it called? When Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, when they had the 3v1, what's her name? Uh, the confusing one. Um,
What?
and man, Kakashi had to fight my guy.
Wait,
Damn, bro.
what are
I
we going
really
to?
gotta
We going to
rewatch. I
Naruto?
really gotta
Wait,
rewatch part one, bro.
go back. Say
Yeah,
what you
part
saying.
one of Naruto. Part one of Naruto. I there you go. When Kakashi was fighting Zabuza, no one was talking about how Kakashi needed help to fight Zabuza, bro. No one was asking for the other Chunin or the other gang to help out my guy Kakashi when he's fighting against Zabuza, the demon of the mist. Bro, we understood because he was a Jonin, he was supposed to be that guy. He was able to handle it. My guy Konohara is at that stage right now, bro. At that level, he's supposed to be able to handle this. He just can't.
Okay,
He just can't.
so Gara, and so with that logic, Gara shouldn't be Hokage because he was able to handle Matsuri with Shinki.
Well, nah. That I believe that's a tad bit different. I believe that's a tad bit different.
How?
Gara was look. First things first, we gotta talk about the actual security of the Hidden Sand Village. That's the story for another time. Like, damn near all the Kages in the Hidden Sand Village, all the Kages, they've literally all been assassinated. Like at this point, if Gara gets put out, like he had it coming at this particular point. But I believe Gara had
That's not a
significantly.
solid argument at all.
Well, first, I was about to get into the arguments. I was just talking about Gar's safety, but also Gar has significantly less information about the Shinjus than Konohama has as of right now. And before he even coming into this mission, like he's the one that planned to take on what's called Matsuri 1v1. If Gar was in that same exact position that my guy Konohama was in, he wouldn't be in this position right now, or this exact same detrimental position. If he actually started the mission and Konohama wasn't there, I believe they'd be in a significantly better spot, but I gotta listen to my guy Kashin Koji. He knows the plan. He knows the plan.
Bruh, even without, I mean, how much intel does Konohama have on Matsuri?
He
Really?
has everything.
Like what?
He has all the intel on the Shinju.
Uh,
Everything that everything. Well, I won't say everything, but like
Ability
everything
wise.
that's known. Yeah, ability wise, like he doesn't have the top secret stuff that Shikamaru, Ada, and Kaji Koji got, but he has most of this stuff. Gara was clueless. Gara was clueless. I gotta give my guy Gara a pass.
So you don't
But
think that they shared information with other villages, or you think they just kept that top secret?
no, yeah, they do. Like especially after what's it called? Gara, not Gara, Shingi got turned into a pack, of course, or at least a tree. You gotta at least give him that information. Remember, as soon as Kankuro called, information started to get funneled to the Hidden Sand Village. So it's not like we keeping it secret or top secret or anything like that. It's just that Konohama is more privy to the information. Konohama actually had first hand knowledge. He actually came face to face with Hidari. Like, you feel me? It's like it's kind of different.
But
Yeah,
he had him, not only him, but he had Shinky, and I believe he had other reinforcements as well, and he still got packed off.
there was other Clawgroms out there. They ain't have nearly the information about them, bro. I'm gonna give Gara a pass. Me personally, I'm gonna give Gara a pass. If my guy Konohama can't beat Matsuri 1v1, I'm not gonna absolutely destroy him. But there needs to at least be some sort of resistance, gang. There needs to be at least some sort of good scenes from my guy Konohamaru. The first thing we hear from him can't be Konohamaru is in trouble. That can't be it, bro. It gotta be Konohamaru is crashing out. That gotta be the first thing we hear. That gotta be it.
Right.
So yeah,
Next bullet point.
yeah. Let me go back to these spoilers. So the scene shifts back to the Shinju dimension. I guess it's the first. I said it says back to Shinju dimension, but this is the first time we hear or seen from the Shinju dimension in this chapter. So it says we see Jura, Hidari, and Bug talking. Them in love, quote unquote. Blah 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 blah. I'm guessing
What?
it's supposed to mean Jura, Hidari, and Bug are talking about them in love. Blah 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 blah. I'm reading what
What?
the actual bullet point says verbatim. I'm pretty sure that the shout out got Felix. He's the person that actually did write these spoilers. I'm pretty sure he actually did shorten it to make it a lot better for space wise, but I'm not entirely sure what this means. It says we see Jura, Hidari, and Bug talking, them in love, blah 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 blah. I'm guessing they're just talking about love. I'm
Oh,
assuming so.
oh, okay. Next
But yeah,
bullet
the
point,
next bullet,
cause what the fuck?
yeah, I don't know. Next bullet point says there is more Matsuri slash Konohamaru and Shinju talk. So I'm guessing they're just talking about Matsuri, Konohamaru, and Shinju. I do want to know exactly what they're talking about because again, at this particular point, Jura could just pull up and end everything, but he's just not. And again, one of the things that they were talking about a little bit ago, like a couple chapters ago, was the fact that they're pretty much like babies. So them talking about love could genuinely be them like, "Hey, what do you know about love?" type of thing. That could actually be like that kind of conversation. And of course, it could be like the thing where they talk about how Matsuya actually does like Konohamaru, or she actually does love Konohamaru. So it could just be like that background to Konohamaru and Matsuya's relationship, like adding more depth to it.
But what would they know about it though?
I don't know. Jura probably read a book about it. Oh no.
Most logical
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. At this point, yeah. So the scene shifts back to the actual fight. It says Araya again uses his blade to counter Ryu's ability to turn himself into iron sand. Ryu's body formed and summoned the claw grimes from his cloth. Alright, so again, pretty much Araya canceled out Ryu's abilities to actually turn himself into sand, forced him to actually go back into his body, and then he summoned claw grimes. So this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Like again, Shin could do everything that Ryu could do, except stuff like this. Like his ability to summon claw grimes, I thought that was surprising. Not completely surprising because we know their actual abilities, but I'm just thinking, like, yo, is Code actually like completely cut off with the claw grimes? Like, could he just not summon any more claw grimes? It seems like they just deboed him from his claw grimes, bro. It just
It
seems like
seems
it.
like it, right? Yeah, I don't think he has the ability to do that no more. Did they say that he did it through like the claw mark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So they're still using them in battle. So like shit. So they got what's the possibility that you think that they're going to actually win this battle?
Ooh, the good guys?
Yeah.
I said it from the rip. They not winning. I thought they were not winning this. All due respect, all due respect. I thought there's a possibility that they could beat Ryu, but like we're talking about Konohamaru 1v1 is someone who just beat Gara. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? So like just off of that, like off the strength, like I said no. Like, I don't see them winning. So if you ask me the chances, if I give you a percentage, I'd say 30%.
That's low.
30% they both catch the W. I'm talking about the actual team that was formed together plus Konohamaru. 30% they both catch a W.
The only reason
Which
why
I
I
think
agree with you is because Kashin Koji would not answer Boruto when he was asking him like what's the probability of them winning.
sheesh, yeah. He
Yeah.
wasn't even trying to say. Like, he wasn't even trying to say.
But then that begs
Yeah,
the question: who's going to take the axe though? Because he didn't want to tell him, and it can't be Sarda, but that would be the person that I would think it would be if he
you
didn't
mean you
want to
mean like
tell
who
him.
dies?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Sarda. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I get where you're coming from, but I don't think it necessarily has to be like someone close to boards who has to die. I think that Araya makes the most sense to die, and this just stems
Boruto
off of
cares nothing
Boruto's.
about her.
That's true, but it's someone that does die. You feel me? But I do feel like, and another thing as well, Kashikoji doesn't fully know 100% the people who are actually going to die because there's multiple futures that he's probably looking at, and on all in futures, probably multiple people dying. Like could be Sari dying in one future, could be Araya dying in one future, could be Yodo dying in one future.
Yeah, but
There's stuff
he
like that.
picked
You
this
never know.
he picked this certain event and these certain people to go on this mission because this was the timeline that he saw the probability. I'm guessing for like whatever future like a future conclusion he wants to get to. This has to happen.
Mhm.
So it doesn't mean
Yeah,
that like he just saw an infinite possibility. Like, I mean, it does mean that, but like he picked this certain timeline because it served the purpose of
yeah,
his
it's the
end goal.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the best. I'm just saying that he doesn't fully know who's actually going to die and who's not.
he has to.
Another thing that could be possible,
He
yeah, another
has
thing
to.
could be possible is that, what do you
He
mean?
has to. If he's looking at all future timelines, like, do you think he's like looking at it in like snippets, like on YouTube reels, like he's getting like 60 seconds of an
Nah,
event, or do you think he's like watching it like a cinematic movie?
nah, I'm saying like a cinematic movie, yeah, but because it's multiple different futures, like it could be one future where Sarda dies, one future
Yeah,
where
of
Araya
course, yes.
and Mitsuki dies. So he doesn't fully know like who's actually going to die and who's going to stay alive. That's what I'm saying. So he can't necessarily tell Boruto definitively like, hey, this person's probably going to die.
I think he could.
Unless it's
I
like
think
one
he
person
could.
that stays dead in like all the other possible futures, then he could possibly say that. But like unless it's that, I don't think so.
I think he could. I think he chose that certain timeline because, like I said, it serves a purpose for his end goal, and he would be able to tell Boruto, you know, who is going to die because he picked that timeline. So in that timeline, the
Yeah,
certain timeline that he picked from the multiple timelines that he was presented with, a person dies in that timeline, then that means that he saw that.
yeah, he probably saw that, but he also probably seen like 10 different timelines with the same start that all had different endings.
No, 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 no. All right, next
What
bullet
you
point.
All right, next bullet point. We still have to fight
Oh, before
right
you
here.
get to that though,
So
thank you everybody who's on here and that joined us for the chapter spoilers. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this later on. Bring them likes up. We got 11 likes if you can. We always appreciate super chats and to get priority response. If you want any topics up for us to discuss, that's always appreciated. But yeah, go ahead into the next topic. One bad. I just want to segue into that.
yeah, the next bullet point. So we have to fight right here. So it says Seijo Mitsuki uses his snakes and Sarda uses Katan or fire style fireball juices to attack the claw grimes, but there are too many of them. Yodo is in danger from a claw grime biting her, so Araya uses his blade to attack it, but fails to cut it completely, getting stuck. Araya uses this opportunity to get rid of Araya's blade by teleporting the claw grime back. They don't use Araya's blade to counter Ryu's Iron Sand anymore. Or they don't have Araya's blade to counter Ryu's Iron Sand anymore, so they're in big trouble.
Oh shit! So they
So yeah,
snatched the sword. I told you, bro.
yeah,
I
pretty
told you.
much. Yeah, so
They had to get rid of that.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, for a fact, for a fact. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was not gonna be too much of a problem for my guy Shinki anymore. And we were talking about the possibility of Sarda like using Mangekyo Sharingan. I think it in the next chapter is a lot higher possibility. First things first, she's already utilizing the Sharingan. I think that's a huge step forward. That's a
Right.
huge leap in the first place. But also the fact that they don't really have that get out of jail free card, which is the blade anymore, to pretty much just cancel Ryu's Iron Sand. Like now they actually do need like another power boost, and I think the Mangekyo Sharingan could definitely be that. It could definitely be that. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
You got
next bullet
another one?
point. I think it's just one more. So back to Konohamaru Matsuri. Matsuri says it's time to become one Konohamaru-chan, and that's the end. Yeah.
Oh shit! So do you think that I sent you? It was a fan art spoiler. I'm gonna put it up for people. The one where hold on, let me get it from here. Actually, I'll just pull it up. Hold on. That's in it here. Nope, didn't send it here. Hold on, I gotta find it. Go ahead, speak real quick.
All right, yeah, yeah. So looking at these spoilers, it's gonna be pretty much just a lot of action. Like one of the things that with spoilers, and I guess like tech, just simply only tech spoilers and not really the panel spoilers, you don't really get too much out of these. So hopefully, when the actual panels do actually drop, it's gonna look absolutely amazing. Of course, and I think this right here should be like a normal thing. I don't necessarily even blame the Boruto manga for this, but the Boruto manga anime is gonna look 10 times better than the manga. So hopefully, the manga still at least looks presentable. But one of the things that I'm super excited to actually see, in my personal opinion, is of course power scale and stuff. Like Mitsuki actually connected with Ryu. Sarda actually connected with Ryu. Of course, Ryu did his job of actually negging a lot of stuff, but actually did turn himself into Iron Sand, specifically the Shidori. But Mitsuki actually connecting, I think that right there is impeccable. But also Sarda utilizing her Sharingan plus the Shidori, I think that right there is going to look impeccable when it actually does get put into the manga plus the anime as well. So I do want to see exactly, how the fight turns out or how the tenor is. Like, does it just seem like Ryu's playing with him? It does say that Ryu did quote unquote get serious in the actual spoilers, but I do want to see exactly how it looks, how the tenor feels, what the temperature is. One of the things that I'm absolutely just not surprised with has to be Konohamaru. Now again, Free Game brings up a good point. The fact that Matsu did actually like quote unquote defeat Gaara, I gotta at least give her that. So I can't necessarily get too pissed off with Konohamaru. It's just that we're just not surprised at this point. We're just not
You're fucking
surprised.
stupid.
Again, I feel for
If Mello
Konohamaru
was
because
on here,
every
he'd be
single time.
cooking you right now. I'm just gonna say that. Sorry,
No,
Joe.
and again, I got for the Konohamaru fans out there. I gotta bring this up. The Boruto Rise have not been doing him any justice at all. Again, he's fought against Kashin Koji. He's fought against Jigen. He's fought against Ishiki
All
Otsutsuki.
high
Every
level
single time he
opponents.
stepped, exactly.
He
And this
fought
right
against
here, it
Jugo
seems
though,
like,
and he bodied him.
come on, bro. I don't even consider that a W, bro. Like
Why
Juga just came
not?
to a sense because Jugo just if Jugo was actually
He knocked bro into his senses. You ever seen somebody get knocked into their senses?
true, but if Jugo was actually in his senses and actually going at Konohamaru, the fight wouldn't have stopped right there. So I can't necessarily just give it a W for that. But either way, I guess he did hold his own there. You feel me? He did beat that rogue ninja, I guess. But like these are W's like we're talking about. Like there's hell. What's it called? What I forgot what it's called. There's damn. I forgot what it's called. Oh, asterisks. There's asterisks next to his actual W's. He's beating random rogue ninjas. And again, the big fights that he actually does get, it's against absolutely god level opponents where he just has
Exactly.
absolutely no chance. So yeah, I do feel a bit bad for Konohamaru, and I do understand. I kind of understand the positioning, but this just can't be the next Hokage. There has to be better character development for the next Hokage. This just isn't it.
So you
This
think that
isn't
the
it. Now again,
Hokage should just be based off strength because the Hokage that's in office now, what's bro name? Can't remember. Bad with names.
Shikamaru.
Shikamaru. Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, Shikamaru. One of my favorite characters. Forgot his name. But yeah, he's not the most powerful ninja, but he's like strategic. He's smart. So
Yeah, true, but you gotta at least have some sort of aura to you. And again, Shikamaru has, in my personal
shit.
opinion, he has a lot of aura. We thought of him as one of the smartest
Konohamaru,
ninjas
Konohamaru is
in the Leaf Village.
smooth as fuck, bro. He
Stop
can
it.
get all the
Just being
princesses, bro.
smooth don't give you
He can get
all the respect.
all the princesses around the different nations to donate to the Leaf.
That's not factoring into my aura. What's factoring into
Wisdom,
to
all
aura that
right.
I'm thinking about? What's factoring into the aura that I'm talking about? When Pain pulled up to the hidden Leaf Village and knew Kashin Koji's name, like first and last, plus his actual nickname. Like I feel like that's aura. Like Nagato knows of Kashin Koji, the copy ninja, Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. He just dropped it off rip like that. Or when Jigen pulls up and he just knows the Susanoo. Like in my personal opinion, that gives Sasuke a level of clout. Like other
Nigga, that's
aliens from different
Sasuke.
dimensions already know, but aliens from different dimensions know about the Susanoo. Like holy, but yeah, it's Sasuke. But yeah, that's the level of aura I'm talking about, bro. I don't think
But
any
if you go,
ninja,
but if you go
any,
back in
bro.
like, if you go back to like the time where Indra and Ashura is fighting the they have the Susanoo, and they had stated that Kashin Koji, I'm not Kashin Koji, like Jigen knew. I mean, Jigen was around back then, so I mean, not that he saw it visually, but I'm pretty sure he know about it.
But gang, you going into too much. It don't matter how he know about it. It's the fact that he does know about it. Not. It hasn't been no ninja, alien, or Clawgram, or even cyborg came to the Hidden Leaf Village and said Konohamaru by name, or even talked
This
about
guy.
what he does for a living. Like, come on, and
I mean,
all
what
of
he
it, and to
does
be
for a
honest,
living is crazy.
for a fact, and to be honest, he should be one of the more reputable ninjas because he actually did get missions in missions in other villages. Like he was one of the guys that was supposed to be bringing peace to other rogue villages, and we haven't heard not even a cyborg come out of the woodworks and say, I respect Konohamaru." We've heard more respect from Mujino than Konohamaru. Like more aura was built on Mujino's name, his teammate going on those missions than what was built with Konohamaru. So like yeah, he don't have to be God tier. He doesn't have to be Jura tier to be Hokage, but you need to at least come with some respect. Like he got to at least not come with some respect. You got to at least demand some respect. You got to at least have some sort of aura to you. Like I didn't even think Kakashi was that strong once he did lose his Sharingan. Even though there is that quote out there that said that he quote unquote got stronger after he lost his Sharingan. Story for a different time. I thought Kashin Koji, not Kashi, I thought Kakashi was a little bit weak to be a sixth Hokage, but he did have the clout, he did have the aura, so I understood it. Konohamaru don't got the aura, the clout, and he doesn't have the strength. So it's like, Chief, it's like Chief. I don't know.
This guy said chief.
I don't know.
I
I don't
don't know,
know,
bro.
man.
I don't know. Let's get
Did you
into
find
these.
the?
Yeah, I found them.
Oh, shit.
Let's see if I can just share the screen with you real quick. Hopefully it doesn't slow down my shit because I'm using this fucking dumbass Wi-Fi. But to make things better, I'm moving and I'm like creating my little content room. So I'll be able to like,
That's fine.
yeah, I'm gonna be able to like connect my router directly into my computer, so I shouldn't have issues with like Wi-Fi and shit like that. But can you see the screen?
Yeah, I could see it.
And everybody in the chat, can you see it? Hold on, let me make it bigger for everybody. Hold on. Right. I just had
What?
it.
You, could everybody see it? I was
Nah,
looking.
not yet. Hold on. Yep, see? I can't wait till I move out so I don't have fucking people just coming in here. Goddamn mother. Never mind. All right, so yeah, everybody can see it now.
All right, yeah.
So
Now
let me
about this
see
right.
here. This is supposedly this is not real leaks, as you can see on the side here, where people are like saying right here, this is not real. This is not real. Like these are not real art. This is not real leaks.
Yeah.
I think they said somebody drew it. I
Yeah.
can't find out the person who drew it. I wish. Oh, the art is by Yoki Gairu. So shout out to him because this is like this dope as fuck. Like I
Well,
was.
no, at first.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to say first things first. If I'd say anything, like these fake panels are getting more and more impressive, bro. I ain't gonna lie. These things are getting way more realistic. At
Facts.
first, I remember a couple years ago, I just know off the rip, like, nah, these are fake. Like it just didn't seem real. But these, like, the art is actually impeccable. I ain't gonna lie. The
Yes.
art is amazing.
Yes. They got that one. What the fuck? I hate when it does that shit. Hold on. Then hold on. Let me go to this next one. What the fuck? Oh, hold on. Man. Bro, my computer's been tweaking and it's pissing me off.
I feel you.
I'm about to go back to X real quick. Hold on, real quick. Let me open another one.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, cause that shit tweaking.
I ain't gonna lie. Throwing the timeline on live might not be might be too risky. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
Yeah.
my Boruto account, it has nothing crazy on it. It never does. Now my
Never know,
other
probably.
one, my
Never know.
personal one, oh shit, nah, I wouldn't be able ever be able to bring that up on stream. Nah, X is
You never
tweaking
know.
right now, but I think I got it saved though. I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Konohamaru spoiler or this Konohamaru fake leak real quick. Yeah, so there was like you guys are about to see the picture in a few seconds, but there was like a Konohamaru leak when he'd actually have like a summoning jutsu, the
Oh,
quote
put it
unquote
up.
Great Monkey King or the Great Monkey Prince Enra.
Put it
Yeah,
up.
so like
There
this
you
right
go.
here. In my personal opinion, I feel like they dropped the ball like heavily when it comes to Konohamaru summonings. First things first, he's a person who introduced summonings to Boruto. And for him to just not have his summoning, what that we know of at this particular point, is absolutely insane. And we just talked about it, like all the absolutely insane like opponents that Konohama did actually go up against. Then again, there is a threshold where it's like it doesn't really matter what your summoning jutsu is. You're probably not going to beat the foe. Like it don't matter what Konohama summoned. He wasn't beating Ishiki Otsuki. Let's be honest. But but it's just like at some point, like if he does have a summoning jutsu and he just hasn't been showing it, bro, I'd be so pissed, bro. I'd be so pissed. But if he doesn't have a summoning jutsu, I'd probably be even as equally pissed. Like, it just made so much sense to give Konohama a summoning.
Yeah, I totally agree. That would have made him like a threat, like actually top tier. You could always count on him to like at least have a summoning. Maybe he does have one, and we just haven't seen it.
Again, I'd be pissed if that was the case.
Bro,
I'd be pissed
they
if that was
say
the
he
case.
went on secret missions and shit like that. So who knows?
We'd have to see it, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Oh,
Talking
man.
about bad ones too. This one was a bad one, and I almost got tricked by this one
Yeah,
right here. This one was a
yeah, I
bad
knew
one.
that from the rip. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I don't
saw it and
know.
I was like, fake. Nah, sorry, like my bad for sending that. That's totally fake.
Yeah, nah, yeah,
But
for a fact.
but
Hey,
what if it
this is
says
realistic.
this? They say
This is
that
100% realistic.
yeah, they were trying to say that this is the how the chapter ends.
I wish. I hope so. But the reason why this is realistic, first things first, like let's be honest. Like Kawaki is that guy. But all realistic. He just got his limit,
Shut
or
up.
we're assuming he may get his limiters released. And no one's truly been able to box with Jura like this, from what we're seeing at least. Except for, let's say, Himawari plus the Nine Tails. And I feel like Jura was still kind of holding back at that particular point. And it wasn't fully like this. If Kawaki gets his limiters removed and he's doing this against Jura, oh my goodness, I would be unbearable, bro. I would be unbearable. Just swapping hands with Jura. I don't even need Kawaki to win. Just swap hands with the young man, bro. I'd be unbearable. I'd be up here celebrating. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not going to happen. First of all, do you? All right. So if he get his limiters taken off, you think he's exceeding Boruto? Well, he did say max out his limiters though, like
Yeah, I'm gonna
over
say no.
max.
I'm gonna say no. Well, I'll say this. Current Boruto, it's possible because right now Boruto is pretty much just naked base, pretty much. You feel
Naked
me? He's not
base.
really doing anything too much. Yeah, this is just base Boruto. You feel me? So I feel like if hypothetically Kawaki actually does get his limits removed, I wouldn't put it past him to actually be up there with Boruto. The only thing that I would say though, Boruto would probably have significantly more hacks. First things first, Kawaki wasn't even a shinobi, so like he's already behind the eight. He's already behind the eight ball. But also, Boruto now has like stuff like the Uzahiko. So he has stuff that we haven't even really seen before. Stuff that like like 40-year-old Boruto mastered. So like stuff like that we can't fully account for. Do I think Kawhi could be like faster than Boruto or stronger than Boruto? I think so. But I think the hacks that Boruto has is probably gonna be crazy. And of course, once Boruto himself does it his karma seal, I think all bets are off. He's probably gonna be like way stronger than Kawaki, even with the limiters. Or without the limiters, I should say.
Okay. No, I can agree with you there. But
Yeah.
I have somebody in the chat said Konohamaru summoning is in the anime. Do you remember?
It
Because
is?
you covered the anime.
Yeah, I do remember him summoning something, but it wasn't really like an attack summoning. It was more like I forgot what it was, but it was like a regular summoning. It wasn't necessarily like a Monkey King and Enma. I don't even think it was like a Gamma Bunta. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
What the
I
fuck
don't
was?
even think it was a Gamma Kichi.
What was it?
I think it was just like a regular summoning.
Mm.
Yeah, so technically he does have a summoning. And I talked about it a little bit earlier. He's the person who actually did teach Boruto like the summoning jutsu. So of course he likely does have some sort of contracts. But I want to see like a fighting type of summoning, like a Monkey King Enma or a Monkey Prince Enma. Shout out to the fake spoilers. Like, you feel me? Oh, yeah, those are stuff I'm trying to see. Hopefully we do see it in the future. You never know. We still got a bunch of time left.
That
But
that that'll
with
be
the spoilers
nostalgic.
though, yeah, facts. And speaking of, you could probably get Ood back. We're probably going to finish up the spoilers in a couple minutes.
Yeah, facts.
But you, were you surprised that we didn't really get to see any information or updates about Kawaki's limiters in this chapter?
Uh, no. I think like at least for spoilers, they should save some mystery to it. We might get something alluded to that because in the last chapter they did like leave off on that cliffhanger. So we might still get something in this chapter. We're not going to get everything with spoilers. It's just spoilers, you know.
Hmm. And to be honest, I was trying to see because I'm not even sure if we actually did get any Kawaki content in the last chapter. It might have been like the chapter before that we got the Kawaki content.
No, I think we,
Let me
we
see.
did in the last chapter. That's when he told,
Oh, we did?
yeah, because the chapter before that, he put him to sleep, and then he woke up the next chapter, and they was talking about like, his daughter and stuff like that, and that's when he told him to like max out
Oh
his limit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Facts. Yeah, that was when Kawaki was packed up a model. Yeah, and he put him to sleep. Yeah,
yeah.
for a fact. Yeah, I was kind of surprised I ain't seeing the spoilers, to be honest. I'm not completely mad because it is like a secondary storyline, similar to like the boards on Kash and Koji, them viewing the fight as well. So like if we don't get any scenes from those two plot lines, like it's not too crazy. The main thing should be the Shinju's versus Team Konohamaru. So I kind of get it. You feel me? But overall, though, what would you rate the spoilers that we did actually get?
So far, just going off of what we got, I would give it an 8 because we're finally getting into the meat and potatoes, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the battle. Just like at 8 right now. When it finally come out, I'll be able to give it like a more accurate rating because all we really got was like tech spoilers. So like just like the battles and how it's portrayed in the actual manga could raise my score or it can lower it. So as of right now, just off the information we got, I give it an 8. I hope we get more in the manga though. I hope it's just not like what we're getting in the spoilers. It's just like baseline that they're just going to go straight off of everything that we just seen right now or everything we just read.
Nah, yeah, for a fact, I agree. I give it I like an 8.5, 9 as well. I think one of the good things, or one of the good things about this chapter is going to be a lot of action. I talked about like with manga is like it is best for it to be like a heavy like dialogue thing because it does further the plot a bit more, and I do like plot stuff when it comes to my manga. But I do believe like a fight is like a good thing. Like again, first things first, we were talking about Star potentially using her Sharingan. Like that right there is going to be like a platinum moment. Mitsuki as well going into Sage mode. Them fighting against Ryu. It
Yeah,
does bring back
facts.
that storyline of Mitsuki versus Shinki from the Chunin exam. And also we do get the two Ten Sand Ninjas, and we get that other blade as well. That pretty much is a direct counter to Shinki. Plus, like piggybacking off the actual flashback that we do at the beginning of the chapter, that builds the character of Yodo and Araya. I think we get like a decent amount of stuff in this chapter. I ain't gonna lie. We haven't even talked about the Konohamaru stuff either. And how that actually does justify my Sarda to Hokage take. Well, you never know.
This
I
guy,
do that. I think this is a
Quan.
good chapter. I think it's a good
It's the
chapter.
third time in this whole podcast, right? Like you're not gonna let that go.
Right. This, bro, coming into this arc or coming to this mission, my thing was I was going to view how Sarda and Konohamaru perform. And of course, we're already seeing Sarda is putting in work. Konohamaru is quote unquote
Konohamaru's one
in
on one
trouble.
though, bro. That's you
He's
gotta.
quote, bro. I didn't say it. I'm not the person saying. I'm quoting the spoilers, bro. It says he's quote unquote in trouble. I don't know what that means, partner. I don't know what that means, bro.
I don't know either, bro. But I'm just saying he going 1v1. Sorry that she got people who's with her, so that could be of her advantage, and that could be of Konohamaru's disadvantage. That's all I'm saying. I ain't a Konohamaru
I
Glazer.
get it.
I'm not like his fan. I'm not a fan. I mean, he's cool, but I'm like not a big fan of Konohamaru. But I don't think Sarda is going to be the next Hokage, and I don't think that this situation should disclude him from being the next candidate for being Hokage just because it said he's in trouble. He's 1v1 a
well,
Shinju, right?
it's not so much as this should disqualify him, but this shouldn't qualify him. And I haven't seen much qualifying moments from my guy Konohamaru. Like that's the problem. It's not that these are like unqualifying him. We just haven't seen that W that qualifies him. You see what I'm saying?
No, that was kind of a contradiction because you said it doesn't disqualify him, but it doesn't qualify him as well. Like, so it does disqualify him.
Yeah. Nah, this isn't something that's a negative. It's just not a positive. You see what I'm saying? Like hypothetically, if Sarda is able to like, you feel me, like run through the tuning exam and absolutely destroy everybody, that might qualify her to be a tuning, but it doesn't qualify her to be a Jonin. Like so, like this stuff, what we're seeing with Konohama right now, like again, it's not gonna not qualify him to be a Hokage. It's just it just doesn't qualify him to be a Hokage.
So
I know, I know that sounds
what if in the
weird.
next chapter Konohamaru gets out of the situation that they say he's in trouble with? Like, what if he's able to like overcome whatever Matsuri is thrown at him?
That doesn't qualify. Well, it depends on how the overcoming looks. If he just escapes, that doesn't qualify him to be Hokage either. You
What?
escaping a battle does not
Oh, you mean like
escaping a
running
battle does
away?
not qualify. Yeah, running away does not qualify you to be the Hokage of the
No, no,
strongest
no, no, no,
nation
no. I'm
on
not
the
saying
planet.
I'm not saying he
Apologies,
run
that
away
just
though.
doesn't work.
I'm not saying he run away. I'm saying like he like.
Yeah, that's what that. That's what,
Go ahead.
no, I was saying that's why I said it depends on how it looks. It depends on how it looks. You feel me? Like you can't just run away. You can't just run away.
Yeah,
It
if
depends
he
on how
runs
he's
away,
evading
then
attacks.
okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, what if he goes to? Because there's no way he can run away. There's no way, absolutely no way, unless he like knows some type of jutsu to teleport somewhere else. And then this guy knows a flying Raijin, so no. Or he can perform a reverse summoning jutsu where he can get the fuck up out of there. But then he'll be leaving Sarda and them there. So I don't think that he'll do that logically. Like I don't think like Konohamaru is the type to leave his squad behind and let them deal with Matsuri and Ryu. So if he was to escape whatever Matsuri has him trapped in, he's going to fight Matsuri. It's a fact. It has to. It's in his creed. I don't see him retreating and leaving them, unless he can get them to
It,
retreat as well.
if he fights Mott to the 1v1, he's going to lose. All due respect. All due respect to my guy. Hey, I ain't mean to be that disrespectful, but I didn't think it was gonna be that disrespectful before it came out. But I don't see him winning, bro. I just don't. I just don't.
So you
Just
see,
don't.
if he don't win, he die.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like we've seen people lose fights and just not die. Like we've seen people escape
Bro,
barely.
what's her objective to devour him, right?
Yeah.
Do you see him being the
Well,
first person who get devoured?
if there's someone to be devoured from the current spot that we're at, yeah, I'd say Konohamaru would be the more likely one. Because let's be honest, the person who actually wants to devour Konohamaru is there with him 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, what's called Ryu's target isn't right there. Like, he's not face to face with Gaara, I believe is his target. He's not face to face with Gaara, but Matsu is actually face to face with Konohamaru. So if there's anyone to actually be devoured, I mean, yeah, Konohamaru is the most likely one.
Yeah. And then we get to see the results of when they devour the person that they, desired to devour. So that'll be interesting.
Oh,
But
yeah, true.
then we
Yeah,
lose
that'll be
Hammer.
fire as well.
But I don't think you care.
That could fit my agenda as well. Konohamaru becomes a tree, and then we're forced to actually pick another Hokage. Shit, you can't pick a Hokage. You can't pick Konohamaru. He a tree. And this could work out perfectly for me. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't too bad.
Not too bad of a theory.
Yeah, not too bad of a theory at all. Not too bad at all.
I told U to join back up. He didn't reply yet though.
All right, facts. He probably just ain't see it yet. Well, we could talk about some other stuff though. What's it called? I want to bring this up with Uda and Kamui, but I guess I could just re-bring it up. The Boruto manga has actually been regaining steam over the past couple of volumes. Let me try to send you the actual. I'm gonna send you the actual photo to the
You're gonna
to
share your
Discord real
screen,
quick.
I think.
I'm not even about to bring. I'm not even about to pull it up on the laptop. I'm about to pull it up on my phone.
This guy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Make it harder for me. But yeah, elaborate what you're about to say.
What's it? Yeah. So when it comes to manga sales, they really just go by volumes. And like the volumes for Boruto, they've been on a steady decline, you could kind of say, since Boruto actually did a release. And to be honest, that's not too crazy because you would expect the first chapter to have like the most hype, the second chapter to have a decent amount of hype as well, and it just levels out to the actual core fan base that you do have. And that has essentially happened with Boruto. But over the last I believe 4 volumes, Boruto has been selling more and more chapters. Like for the first month, I'm not entirely sure, but for the whole thing, I think the whole thing as well is kind of going as well. You can't necessarily track the whole thing because, like for example, the most recent manga, all we really have is like the first month sales. We don't really have the second month sales, so we can't necessarily compare that to last month's because we're comparing like set 2 month sales versus 1 month sales. So just comparing 1 month sales, like it's been on a steady incline since I believe, what is it? It's been on a steady incline since chapter 1, honestly. Chapter 1 of TBV. Since chapter 1 of TBV. And we just hit, I believe, we hit 59,000 first week or first month? Yeah,
Hey,
well, first week sales.
Put it in the chat and on this
I
stage.
threw it in Discord real quick on the stage.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know how to do that.
Bro. Oh my gosh.
I'm a boomer, I ain't know.
It's a button right there that's next to the hand. It says show chat.
I beg, bro.
On the top right hand corner, brother.
Bro, I just sent it to you on a coin, bro.
Oh, bro, it's not. I'm on my other one. Hold on. Oh shit. You make things so hard.
No, it's in the same. It's in the same thing as the pictures. Asking. Or I can send.
No,
I
no,
can
no,
send it to
no,
the other
no.
one if you want.
Yeah, send it to my other account, my other Discord account.
All right, true. Bro got multiple Discord
I cause
accounts. What is this?
I fucking forgot the password to one, and I just figured it out recently. So,
Oh my goodness.
all right, I got it right here.
All right, so just to give you guys like a visual, I guess it's like the last volume of the Boruto manga. It sold the most since Boruto died, quote unquote. Since Boruto got like impaled by Kawaki, and then Momoshiki gave him, I believe, like 18%, or I forgot the actual percentage, but and Momoshiki gave him a percentage of his like actual flesh to like bring him back to life. If you guys remember how hyped that volume was, I believe the volume started off with Borushiki versus Kawaki. A Momoshiki being, a Boruto being controlled by Momoshiki fighting against Kawaki. So like this is like the most like sales we've had since that volume.
Yeah, because
And
that
to be
shit
honest,
was
like I'm not
epic,
even.
bro. That shit was epic. I was always
Yeah,
saying
true,
I can't
true.
wait for that to be animated, and they dropped the fucking ball.
Yeah, not for a fact. Well, I disagree with that a tad
No,
bit, but that's
watch
sort
the
of a
fight
different
again.
time.
Watch the fight again, and just watch it. Like, just really watch it. Like it's just certain moments in the fight, like when who is it? Kawaki, he like swipes Boruto with his like his ninja arm or his ninja tech arm, and he like swings and it just like stops and Boruto jumps over. It's wonky as fuck. You have to watch it and just watch it for yourself. I can't play it because
I'll go
then
back.
we'll get copyright struck.
No, for a fact, in my personal opinion, I do need to rewatch Boruto as well. I gotta rewatch part one of Naruto and Boruto. I always rewatch Naruto
You need to
Shippuden. Like
watch
that's easy
Solo
to keep.
Leveling, bro. You need to watch
Oh yeah,
Dragon
true,
Ball
true. I do
Diamond,
need to
bro. My
start the new.
boy just went
I
Super
do need to
Saiyan
start the
4,
new.
bro.
I've been rewatching so much stuff. I'll be forgetting to start the new stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Super Saiyan 4? What?
Yeah, no, that's hype. That's hype.
I did not see
Does
that
that
coming.
actually make Super Saiyan 4 canon now? Because I believe GT wasn't canon and Daima actually is canon.
It's supposed to be before the events before that happened before Super, so yeah, I'm not geekdom, so I don't know for sure, but I would say yeah.
Nah, I feel you. That's kind of interesting. I ain't gonna lie. That's
You
super
gotta watch
interesting.
it, bro. You gotta
But
watch that shit. That shit is crazy.
yeah, yeah, for a fact.
And you gotta
I
get on
do. Is it
solo
almost
leveling.
finished? 'Cause I have heard it's like almost finished.
Yeah, they probably got like maybe 2, 3 more episodes left.
All right, that's straight. Oh, I'm trying to analyze this thing. I do want to see like the specifics or the Pacifics.
The
To be
Pacifics.
honest, since chapter one, they might have like damn near doubled in sales, like first week sales. I ain't gonna lie. Like this is actually crazy. Hey, and again, I feel like we needed to let Masashi Kishimoto cook. We needed to let him cook. Like he took over, I believe, in chapter 52 or chapter 53. He took over in the middle of the manga, and he was slandered a bit. Now, don't get me wrong. In my personal opinion, I feel like the content was still elite at the end of Boruto Part One. So I don't necessarily think that the sales is pretty much is pretty much reflecting how the content of the actual series. But I gotta give Masashi Kishimoto, the sales has just been increasing, bro. I don't know how. I just genuinely don't know how. It might just be like the hype of this particular arc right here. Sasuke might die. Hidari's running around. Sarada actually might get her Mangekyo Sharingans. And Boruto is Boruto, let's be honest. Like, he's pretty much God tier. So, like, it could just be the hype of the overall storyline. It might just be. But I ain't gonna lie. I did not see this coming. I personally didn't see this coming.
I gotta zoom in
It's
on
at a
this
steady
shit.
income.
I can't fucking see. What the hell? Can you explain the cell increase because I can't see this shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it is a bit blurry. I ain't gonna lie. You might have to actually get to see the original tweet. I'm gonna send you the link to the original tweet. But yeah, all you need to look at is like the darker bar at the bottom. Big pause. All the way to the right is like where we at currently.
So
And
all
You see the
always.
darker bar steadily increasing.
Yeah.
Pretty so that's the first week sales. So first week sales over like the past four volumes has been steadily increasing, and I'm going to assume that because pretty much those volumes are pretty much this particular arc right here, the Shinju arc. I'm going to assume during the actual climax of this arc, the sales are probably going to rise even more. You feel me? So like likely this volume that we're in currently, it's probably not going to actually be like the climax or the end of this volume. If we actually get higher volume sales than last week, I mean than last month, I feel like, or the last volume, I should say, I think we really got to take a look because the final or the finale might be like the biggest numbers we've had in like years. I ain't gonna lie, it might be that big,
Yeah. I
and
mean, what is
I'm happy
this?
for it. I guess this is the. Oh, go
Or
ahead.
did they mention how it's like ranking up like with other manga?
Well, Boruto mangas always like outperform like most other mangas. I would say it's not necessarily like going crazy as like a like let's say I forgot the actual big mangas that are out that are going on right now, like a One Piece or like a My Hero Academia. There are some mangas that are like titans, but when it comes to Boruto, I don't necessarily have the tweet in front of me, but it always like outperform like 90% of mangas out there, and you pretty much expect that. Like it's the sequel to Naruto.
I'm gonna look up. I'm
That's
gonna
kind
look
of
it
why.
up though. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
Japan's highest selling manga.
Boruto numbers are going to be a little bit different as well because it's a monthly manga, not weekly. So like those numbers might be a bit skewed. I like to look at the views from like from like Manga Plus and stuff like that. Plus, there's actual I forgot the actual graphs that they put out that accounts for the fact that Boruto is a monthly manga.
Well, saying Jujutsu Kaisen is considered Japan's highest selling manga, with series currently topping the
Yeah,
charts in sales 2024.
yeah. JJ, again, there's some titans out there that Boruto is not competing with, but when it comes to the overall manga landscape, like let's be honest, it's a sequel to Naruto. It's kicking up, but the fact that the volume sales has been increasing over the past four volumes, I think that's super significant. And again, this is just the start. So like the numbers at this particular time doesn't look insane, but if it gets back up to like let's say where Boruto was like in the first let's say um like in the first five volume sales, like that would just be insane. And one of the things that I've always thought about, and when people talked about the possibility of Boruto like getting canceled, I've always said that it's damn near impossible. The sales is just way too good. It almost has the Dragon Ball effect where it's like the story, and this is a bit different because Dragon Ball, in my personal opinion, is in a completely different stage of their development. But a lot of people believe that the Dragon Ball story should be over. It's not going to be over because it just brings in way too much money. Like even if
Yeah,
they take
facts.
like a 10-year hiatus, like it's likely going to come back. Like it's like a money bank. It's like a money bank. Like
Yeah.
or in any emergency, just crack open and you just get hella money. Like pretty much. So like whenever like the studios are running a bit low, they can just go back to Dragon Ball Super. I kind
My
of view that with
motherfucking
Boruto
kids
as
will be
well.
grown as hell. They take a just 10-year hiatus, and I still be watching it.
Type shit. But
My
I kind of see
oldest
that with
daughter at
Boruto
least.
as well. So when people and again talking about the manga numbers, I just can't really see Boruto like getting canceled. Like, and that's why I for a fact see the anime coming back. Like, in all personal. And to be honest, when it comes to relative numbers, the anime was selling better than the manga. And again, the manga sales are increasing. Like, if the same thing happens with the anime,
No, the
and the
anime
anime
is
sales
definitely
again,
coming back.
yeah, and again, if the anime gets even more popular because it
2026.
was super popular in Japan, yeah, like, it's insane. The numbers for Boruto would be crazy.
But I'm on here on Wikipedia, list of best-selling manga, and I'm controlling Fing right here. Oh, controlling Fing. Hold on. I'm control F right here, and I'm gonna see if Boruto's on there. What the fuck?
Mm.
That shit is pissing me off. And it pulled up zero.
What you want, bro? What are you talking about?
Media, bro. It's the best selling anime. Japan's best-selling anime. That's the best-selling
Which mean it
anime.
hit zero. Which
Like I controlled F. You know how well I'm on a PC. When you control F, you can look and search instead of just looking at everything else. And when I look up Boruto, it doesn't even pop up. Let me see. Two blue vortex. Let me try that. Two blue vortex. Nope, doesn't pop up. I did spell two blue vortex wrong though, so maybe that's why. Nope, still doesn't pop up. Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you gonna find that thing on Discord. I'm gonna send you like a better quality image of like of what I'm talking about, the increase.
But yeah, it says that Boruto is coming back though. Why you pulling that up though? I'm gonna pull that up as well.
Yeah.
Oh
So I
shit!
just sent you that. What?
It's saying the Boruto anime is expected to return, but it may not return until 2027 and 2028.
What's the link? What's the link behind that?
It's AI overview. It's on Google. It's Google AI.
Yeah, but that should come from links. I'm saying, where they get that from?
Let me see. It's from a YouTube video.
Let me see.
Oh, so I'm saying 2028.
Yeah, supposedly that's what I'm seeing right here. In a
Cause I
surprising
was
turn of events, leaks circling online have revealed that the highly anticipated return of Boruto anime has been delayed significantly. Previously rumored to be on a brief hiatus, fans now face the prospect of waiting several more years before the series resumes. According to leaks, what's the leaks? The Boruto anime is unlikely to make its comeback before 2027 or 2028. According to the leaks, if Studio Pierrot decides against the delay, a potential return for Boruto may come at the cost of lower animation quality. Moreover, the decision to delay Boruto's anime return comes on the heels of an interview with Studio Pierrot's managing director, Kiro Itsumi, shedding light on the studio's future plans. The animation studio intends to prioritize producing high-quality anime, which can compete globally, suggesting a shift to seasonal rather than long-term formats. I get the, I know about that interview, but I just don't know.
I'm not even mad at that.
No, I'd be pissed at that. But
Nah, I'm not mad at that, bro. Like, why rush it?
But
Right? Go ahead.
But before we even get to that, like I understand the interview that they're referencing, but I don't know where they get 2027 or 2028. I
Because
still don't know where that comes
from.
from.
Where I hear what you said, they delayed it because if they was to push it out like now, it will have like bad animation. So if they're pushing it, they want the animation to be top tier, and if that's what they're focusing on, I'm with it. I can wait.
Well, I get that. Why that could be a reason, but where are they getting the reasoning from? Like, that's what I'm
They're
saying.
probably
Like,
getting it from Studio Pierrot.
In the interview they're referencing, they never talked about like delaying the anime to like 2027, 2028. That's what I'm saying. Like, where are they getting the 2027, 2028 from?
From what I see right here, what I pulled up, it says, and a surprise turn of events leaks circulating online have revealed that the highly anticipated return of Boruto anime has been delayed significantly.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Rumored to be on a brief hiatus, fans now faced by. Oh, you read that? You read that the same thing?
Yeah.
27. According to the leaks, the studio Pierrot decides against the delay. A potential return for Boruto may come at the cost of lower animation quality. So yeah, that's the reason right there, bro.
No, I'm not asking for the reason. I'm saying, where did they get it from? No, I'm not asking the reason. I'm asking where they got it from. Where did they get the reasoning from?
They got it from Studio Pierrot because it says, according to the leaks, the Studio Pierrot decides against the delay. A potential
What
return.
leaks? I'm saying. What
Oh,
leaks?
what leaks did they get it
I'm
from?
tr-
I don't
what
know.
leaks? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's
Like, it
see.
didn't come from the interview, and they referenced the interview. I was like, what leaks?
Let's see. Let's see if we can find anything.
This be how fake rumors be spreading, bruh. Like, where did we get it from? Like, we gotta look at the source. Well, as
Oh,
a YouTuber, like this how I
I
used to
am
vet so that
this
news.
this come from IMDb. I don't know. They are pretty credible, so they're a credible source. So I don't know,
I
man.
don't know.
Oh, see
I don't
full
know.
article on Anime
IMDb been
Hunch.
wrong about Boruto before. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. According to Bartley, so it's against LA. More of a decision LA boards are and it comes on the hills of entry. Okay, so this is where it come from. Moreover, the decision to delay the Boruto anime's return comes on the heels of an interview with Studio Period's managing director Kiro Itsumi, shedding light on the studio's future plans. The animation studio intends to prioritize producing high-quality anime which can compete globally, suggesting a shift to seasonal rather than long-running formats. So that's shedding light
we
on them
covered.
going to seasonal as well.
What did I pick up on that? We covered that interview like 3 months ago, but nowhere in that interview did it say 2027 or 2028. Like,
Where
that's what
we
I'm saying.
reference that
Like, where are we
interview?
getting the timelines from?
This says February 14th. Oh, so you might be right then. February 15th. These are all the people that reacted. So it was probably
Yeah,
around that time.
that's a couple days ago. So I'm guessing the news came out like a couple days ago,
Oh, you're right,
or
bro. I'm thinking
this
of
report.
fucking
I should
last
say.
year. I'm tweaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I'm tweaking. But yeah, so this must have came out a couple days ago, like you just said. So yeah, it might not come out, but I'm like I said, I'm not mad at it, bro. Like
I'd be pissed at it.
I'm one of the people who said that Boruto's animation sucked, and like they should like delay it and come back and actually give us some high quality. This is a sequel to Naruto, bro. If you're going to produce a sequel to Naruto, then you gotta do that shit right, man. Like Boruto is cool.
Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh.
What
Like,
you mean?
when did Boruto anime first go on hiatus? Was it like 2023,
I believe
2022?
so. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Oh, what the bro? Don't just jump in
Yeah,
like that.
shit, I'm on
Don't just
my
like,
big
bro.
Well,
What the
I
hell?
comment in the
wanted to
audience as well.
agree.
Yeah, comment in the audience as well. But yeah,
Okay,
so
we're here.
what? So was it 2022 or 2023?
Let me look it up, bro. You think I remember? When
My
did
bad. But all I'm
Boruto
saying,
go
it's been
on?
multiple years already. So now we have to wait more years,
2023,
more
August 2023.
2023. So it's been 2 years. So I give it a year and some change, almost 2 years. So we'd have to give it more years. I feel like in 2023, when we said, all right, we could go on a hiatus, we probably said, yeah, we'll give them 2 to 3 years and they should be back. Give them 2 to 3 years to make good anime and they should be back. The reason why I have a problem with it is I feel like now we're just on the wheel where it's like, as long as it's good. As long as it's good, we're fine. So it's like maybe in 2027, 2028, and they say we'll delay it 2 more years, we'll just be like, all right, maybe if it's fine, we'll be good. That's why I have a problem with it. It can't just be like a continual delay. it gotta it gotta
Well,
actually come out at some point.
based on the 4 episodes of Naruto, I wouldn't get your hopes up anymore.
The
Can
4
we take
episodes came out.
2028 out of the discussion?
No, it
No,
never came out
they
at all.
haven't come out.
Yeah,
It just keeps being delayed.
oh, yeah.
Remember when they put a day when it's going to come out on that? Like a specific date. They said it was going to come out on that day. Not that it's coming soon and that it's delayed. No, it's coming on a specific day. And then they didn't start working on it.
That was a year and a half ago.
And it just never seen a light of day.
Well,
Insane.
I looked up why did the Naruto
They're still
special.
working on it.
No, I don't know. Hold on. Let's see. Let's read this article real quick. It says that the planned Naruto special episode intended to celebrate the series' anniversary were not officially canceled, but rather indefinitely postponed. Oh, so you're right. Due to concerns about the quality of the anime. Bro, back to the quality of the freaking animation, bro. With the studio citing a desire to improve the product before releasing, essentially they decided to delay the special episode to work on making them better. And as of now, there is no confirmed date for the release, leading many fans to believe it might not happen at all.
Oh,
Bro, I don't think they
don't
even
believe
started it.
Like, they're lying. It's
It's
not
Studio
about
Period again.
not concerns of the quality of the animation, because you can't make that excuse, quote unquote, indefinitely. You can't make the episode infinitely better. If the episode quality isn't to par, then they get it up to par and then they release it. They don't indefinitely delay it.
Mind you, this is Studio Period too, so it was working on Bleach.
Nah, bro, stop it. That can't be the excuse. It's only 4 episodes.
If they're working on Bleach, then they aren't improving the quality of the animation. They just wouldn't say that.
I don't know, man. Let's give them some hope.
They're saying that they are improving the product, which is why it's being delayed. If they aren't working on it because they're working on Bleach, then they're not improving the product.
That's
I
a
don't think
fact.
they're improving the product anyway. I don't think they started.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
not
Odie
a product
convinced me. I
to
thought he was
improve,
crashing out.
apparently.
I thought Woody was crashing out when he said they're lying. Nah, he just convinced me. They actually might be lying. They actually might just be lying.
And with that in mind, what makes you think the Boruto anime is gonna return on time?
Now, again, if the Boruto anime doesn't return on time, I understand it. But I need reasons as to why. Like,
just
I agree with
told
Woody.
you.
You can't just say you're improving the quality. You cannot. That can't be a process.
Bro,
That can't be
Indefinitely, by the way.
that has to be the reason, bro. Like, the quality in Boruto is so inconsistent. Like, my favorite one is when they had Naruto in the Hokage office. My boy looked like a Keebler elf. That was like my. That was my
here's the
favorite
thing. I know I'm the odd one out, but I love the memes, bro. At this point, just give us the bad quality so we can have the memes.
I'm with it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with it.
I'm not with it, bro. If I can get
If
quality
anything, I want the
Boruto,
manga to go on hiatus and the animated return.
Nah, another
Nah,
reason
manga
why
can't
they,
go on hiatus.
another reason why they like saying they want to push it back is because they want to get chapters to get ahead too as well.
Yeah, that's why mine can't go on. What did you say, Woody?
It's one thing to delay the
manga
anime
just
for
went
that
on hiatus.
reason, or whatever.
Let's
the,
do it
the
again.
manga hasn't gone on
Let's do it
hiatus in
again.
like 2 years. But
Yeah, and a manga hiatus looks like 3 months at max. Like, so it's like
no, the hiatus is only going to be 1 month whenever they do that again. The 3 month was only so they could prepare for the time skip because they ran out of content. They did not know what to do, which is why we got the end of the prophecy arc the way we did. Anyway, so it's one thing to delay the anime because of the reasons that are obvious. It's another reason to delay the anniversary special. Can we talk about how contradictory that is? The thing to come out during a set period of time to celebrate said set period of time was delayed.
Yeah, nah, that's silly. That right there was silly.
But if it would have came out,
20th anniversary.
if it would have came out and the animation was wonky, they would have got fried on the internet.
Yeah, freaking.
That's
You know
why you
what
just
else they're
don't.
gonna get fried on? They're gonna get fried on releasing the 20th anniversary special on the 25th anniversary.
They'll just change it to the 25th anniversary special.
They can't change it. They've already talked about it.
They can.
Well,
change
the other
it.
thing is they had like 9 months. Like they announced this in like January of 2023 or whatever, and then that was gonna come out at the end of September of 2023. I mean, no offense, but you have 9 months to make 4 episodes from the studio that's used to making weekly episodes. I'm sorry. 9 months is plenty of time to make it good quality. Why was this even a concern?
Can we
in the
forget
first
about
place?
improving the quality? Free game, how long do you think it takes them to make a Boruto anime episode from scratch? They've tripled, if not quintupled it.
I don't
So
know.
forget improving it.
I don't know how
From
long it takes them to make it.
scratch.
Bro, if I'm going off of Bleach quality, I would say they took a year to like do the full season.
Yeah? Okay. So you look at what level quality Bleach is. Are you expecting these Naruto episodes to be 3 to 4 times better than that minimum?
No. Yeah.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm saying. For 4 episodes, no, I can't. We can't buy that.
Well,
It's
also,
been
yeah,
years.
freaking. How many episodes in the average Bleach season?
I think it was like, don't quote me, maybe like 16, 20. I can't remember.
Okay. Let's go with the low number. 16. Takes about a year. So that's 1.25 episodes per month.
I can
Gee,
look it up.
they had 9 months for 4 episodes. So they have over 2 months. So over doubled the amount of time to make these Naruto episodes. So they could get twice the quality in that amount of time. Because it wasn't enough.
Hold on.
No, bro. At this point, we know what's going on here.
Oh, it was only 13 episodes.
You're just lazy.
They didn't try.
It was only 13 episodes in part 3.
That's fine. That's still 1 month per episode. About they had 9 months to do 4. They literally have double the time to meet the same quality.
But they was also working on Bleach at the same time, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I've also heard from Naruto Explained or whatever that they just have a completely different set of animators for Bleach and Naruto, so that's not even an actual concern. I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah, I saw something like
either
that.
way.
Heard it recently as well.
Yeah, I think it's Boruto, not Naruto. Well, I mean, that's the same umbrella, so yeah.
Now I assume that Naruto people are mostly the same as Boruto.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same umbrella, so I agree.
Well, I did have a question, not to completely change the subject, but if there was a season 1 of TBV Boruto, how much episodes y'all think that should be?
Well, why don't we
first
start
we
by
gotta
finishing the code
prophecy
arc?
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
No, the code arc.
No, yeah, the part 1, part 1. And
We didn't see him get
would
his
that even be
limiters
considered
released and shit.
TBV?
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's not.
we
would that
haven't
even be
done
considered?
codes and limiters off yet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kamui. We'll get the rest of it as a movie.
So if they're
Yeah.
no, hold on.
Imagine.
If they go seasonal though, we're gonna get most likely like that part, the prophecy arc. That's probably gonna be like the first season, and then they're gonna go into TBV.
I wouldn't
Probably
mind
cover
that.
like
But
the
how-
first 5-6 chapters.
I
wouldn't
don't
mind
think
that.
they're gonna go seasonal for Boruto though. I don't know. Like it's
Better
so.
not.
From
I
what
hate
I
to
read,
say
they
it, even
said
if that
it
could be.
was.
It would kill it. It would kill the series for me.
Well,
From what
that's like
studio-
making one
Regardless
piece.
of what they say, it's just weird to do it now because Naruto was weekly, Naruto Shippuden was weekly, Boruto Part 1 is weekly. It just feels weird. Like you have Naruto Part 1, Naruto Part 2, Boruto Part 1, mostly Boruto Part 2. In terms
I
of
think they
the
should
anime,
give
just
it
be Boruto
I
Part
think
It feels weird to have seasons at that
But
point.
I understand what you're
No,
saying.
yeah, I agree.
understand what you're saying, but like the times are shifting now where more anime is going seasonal. And the animes that go seasonal, they have better animation than the weekly.
That's not
one.
necessarily the
except
case.
for One Piece and like animes like that. But
Again, the only reason is because of scheduling. That's the only reason of the difference in quality, and that doesn't have to do between whether it's weekly or seasonal.
I think they should go seasonal. I wouldn't mind it.
Explain that,
care.
partner. I didn't know that.
Regardless of that, okay, I have a stupid argument that only Udi's going to like. But regardless, so let's just assume seasonal is better quality for this. My problem is, like you said, the times have changed. If you recall, that is a major theme in the Momoshiki and Out arcs of the Boruto manga, early Boruto. Wouldn't it make sense for Boruto to reflect its themes with the seasonal anime by making Boruto Part 1 seasonal? instead of stay weekly if you're gonna go that route.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're not matching the story very well.
Well, Conway, just to stick with the theme argument, isn't the point of the end of the versus Momoshiki arc that some things change, but some things
Yeah,
stay
the soul
the
of
same?
Shinobi never changes. The soul of
That's
Naruto
gotta
is
stay
weekly.
weekly. There you go.
It's crazy. But nah, it would be kind of weird just to all of a sudden change Boruto to a seasonal type of thing. And Boruto, I'm assuming if part 2 is seasonal, it wouldn't have like hundreds of episodes like the other parts or the other other sections of Naruto, I should say.
Bro, we can get like hour specials on seasonals and stuff like that. Like,
We're
We
not
got-
going to get those,
Man.
though. If they make it seasonal, it's going to be the same schedule. It's going to be the same quality.
nah.
And you got
I
Just
no
gonna be
faith in the
a fifth of the
writers?
episode.
I disagree.
You got no faith in my god Kishimoto. Zero.
Kishimoto's not making the anime. What do you mean?
Ishimo's not making
Not
the
even
manga
making
either.
the manga.
Bro.
No, and this is another argument that it's not a real argument, but just based off my limited experiences with seasonal anime, you don't usually have like 10 seasons, I feel like, in most anime. Like, usually, like, just most seasonal anime aren't that long, are they? Like, Boruto's gotta be, like, if you're gonna do an arc by arc basis, probably with these seasons, you're gonna have a bazillion seasons.
You know, I do want to
Alright.
entertain that. Just worst case scenario, let's go with Baara's idea that it's going to be seasonal. Where would you want season 1 to cut off? In terms of like where the
That's
manga
what I was
is?
just
So
asking.
forget about how many episodes it is. I guess that would depend
I
on
would
it, obviously, but we
say-
can stretch it whenever.
I would say
Where would you cut it
definitely
off?
if it would end, I would want it to end when Ada switches everything.
Wait, what about chapter 80?
Fuck is chapter 80.
Season 2.
That's after. Yeah, that's after.
You know what? Actually,
She
you know what?
switches everything.
I hate to say it. I think I would rather season 1 end with chapter 79, so it ends mostly good, and then we can just let season 2 suck with chapter 80.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Conway, what if season 2
Imagine.
just is chapter 80, but we actually make chapter 80 as long as it should have been?
Yeah.
We just fix it.
There
That
we
could
go.
be it. I mean, the anime has been fixing some stuff that was wrong with the manga before. I wouldn't be.
You
beyond
say
tell.
that.
Nah, the first
I-
This is
the
a big
season
thing.
should
I think they-
the season should end when Boruto, when the switch happens and Boruto has to go rogue. It should end with that. It should end off on that cliffhanger, and then we get to TVB.
You know what? No, actually, I changed my mind. Let's just end it with Kawaki steals Naruto away, and let's just never adapt chapters
Oh my
78
gosh.
to 80.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine. But for TBV though, let's say season 2. Would you wait for like this current arc to finish to like actually animate that and make that one season?
Nah, bruh. If you're doing this into a season, I think this got to be season 2 or 3. What we're currently on. Call me crazy. In fact, just go ahead, get it out of the way now. Literally, call me crazy right now before I even say it.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Okay, cool. All right. So I would cut season 1 off when the Shinju awaken.
Okay,
When the
Really?
Shinju,
Out.
So
it's
I
just
was thinking
5
of-
chapters. Include the Boruto flashback over the time skip. Include everything there and flesh that out as well.
you'd include the Boruto versus Cold fight.
Yes.
something
Leading
more
up
than we
to
got.
the
at
Shinju
least.
awakening. Well, past the Shinju, it would be whenever Boruto looks up at the tree. And you would include the flashbacks in the chapter after that, before this. So that would just be all season 1, and you'd massively expand on that material.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You have to massively expand on it because I hate. Okay, so here's the problem. So in like Naruto or something, you could it depends on the chapter length. A lot of times you could do around 2 chapters per episode, depending on the amount of dialogue in the chapters. And the fact is, Boruto doesn't have as much dialogue as you think. Now, I know half the dialogue is useless fluff, the elders recapping or whatever, that can just get cut. But there's not actually that much dialogue compared to something like Death Note. That's what I'm watching. So that's why I know this comparison. For the most part, for most of Death Note, they're doing about
You're
2 chapters
still
per
watching
episode.
that?
These are 24-page chapters, and there's Death Note is all dialogue. Really, there's no 30 seconds of pure action. It's just them talking and thinking,
The
and they're
fact that
still
you're
doing.
still watching that is crazy. You've been watching that for like.
I'm
a year
rewatching
now.
it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you've been watching it for like a year or two now.
No. I'm rewatching and reading it, but
Okay.
it does about 2 chapters an episode. Granted, the anime cuts some stuff to make that happen, but that just goes to show. So, like, I hate to say it, Boruto chapters, you're getting an episode per chapter tops. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, but you might be able to do 2 monthly Boruto chapters per episode because of how not
right?
dialogue is in there. They
Like,
waste the
the
whole
first
page
But
just
they
everybody
can.
looking at a
That's
door.
episode.
But they can take that chapter and expound on it, though. They can add extra stuff. They don't have
But
to.
are they going to?
I would assume so. Yeah, they will have to.
I hope
They
so.
didn't.
That with
Now that they got
Naruto Part
time.
1. The
I-
canon arcs. Look at what they did.
True.
They didn't expand very much
That's
at all.
true.
Now, some arcs, like the Momoshiki arc, they added, like, for example, the tuning exams themselves. Like, that's pretty much all anime only. But like, you look at the code arc, what did they add? Nothing. They only removed, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 2 manga adaptations they added a lot more than the most recent one, the cold one. I'd say that, and they did actually say that they were short on time, so that could be a reason as to why. So if they're actually going to a seasonal thing, you could assume that they'd add a lot more to the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other problem, though, is, honestly, the code arc needed the least... Well, I don't think the Momoshiki arc needed anything added. They just did it for fun, but the code arc didn't need adding, honestly.
I disagree. I disagree with that a bit. I disagree kind of because I thought that there could have been a lot more content in that spot. Like, we didn't even get Code's backstory fully. We just know that he got the white car.
But you didn't need it in that arc, is my thing. Well, even then, though, if you're going to add stuff, you would have to add a lot of stuff that just might contradict later plans. Now, you have to just make up a shitload of stuff. You make up Code's backstory. What if Ikimoto had a different plan for it? Oh, wait. Not like Ikimoto wouldn't just contradict the anime anyway, right? So, never mind. I guess they should have
Man,
done
if
it.
only the manga and anime studios talked to one another. Man, imagine how much that would solve.
I wish. Do they not talk to each other? I did hear that the storyline
feel like
go
it.
apart, but they're supposed to come back. So they're like communicating on when it's supposed to come back to each other.
Oh,
I
you
don't
know what
believe
it is,
Kishimoto
Udi?
if he says he talks to Kishimoto.
Right, Udi, I figured it out. The anime talked to the manga when Kodachi was writing, but then when he left, they stopped talking. That explains it.
That makes sense.
That would high key.
I mean, Kodachi was literally involved in the anime, so like, there's no way around it. So.
Well, I did want to ask. Well, since we brought up Kodachi, do you guys prefer Kodachi's writing style or Ikimoto's writing style?
Udachi every day.
You're asking us.
That's a question. You know who you talk to?
We are
Well, I
like
guess
the number one
Baara
Ikimoto
doesn't
hater.
watch the Walkie Talkie podcast.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
I'm
that.
going with Ikimoto, bro. I hate how he did Kara. I mean, I'm going with Kishimoto. I hate how he did Kara. I like how Kishimoto is doing.
Wait, you're going with Kishimoto? He's not
Oh,
one
yeah,
that
I'm
was
going with
Udachi,
Kishimoto too. Then I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was an option. Between the two.
You're going with Naruto.
And
They probably
Kishimoto,
went-
right?
Yeah, I like the way
Kishimoto-
Kishimoto wrote the Akatsuki too.
Isn't
They don't say Kishimoto been on vacation. He hasn't touched Boruto.
Oh, so who's
He
writing
has
the
it. He admitted
who's
it.
writing two blue Vortex? I thought Kishimoto
Wait,
took over.
Ikimoto.
Ikimoto was an
Kishimoto
assistant
admitted it.
of
He wrote
Kishimoto.
3% of the outline,
okay.
and
My
that's it.
bad. So I'm going
Well,
with
no,
Ikimoto then.
I-
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say Kishimoto's assisting Ikimoto. I ain't gonna say he just wrote 3% of it.
No, bro, he doesn't even know what's coming next.
He says he's
He's just-
watching it just like an audience member.
Where are you getting this information from?
Kishimoto!
During the interview, you ain't
Yeah,
hear- You remember the
Kishimoto.
interview?
Nah, I ain't see it.
You know
Pull up the interview.
that interview was
I gotta watch
egregious. I ain't
this.
gonna lie.
Pull up the
That-
interview.
no,
All
that
right,
was the
let's
interview
go.
when they
Do we
said-
still have him in here?
That was the same interview. Remember when they said Code was supposed to die, and then they
I didn't
revived
see
him,
the
or they
interview,
brought him
bro.
back?
Late
But we
Yeah,
went
in
over the
that
whole interview on the
interview, he
pod.
has a lot.
I don't
We
remember
went
this
over the
part.
core.
Oh wait, yeah,
I was
Cole.
gonna send you
No, I
all
remember.
the
I
interview things
remember
I
us
see as
talking
I
about
find them.
Cole was supposed to die, but I never watched that interview.
Okay,
Tommy, are you getting
Bro,
go to chat.
I'm
I found the
Wait, we got
3%
it.
one.
we
Who
we
wants to
could
read it?
probably
Free game or
we could
Baara?
probably pull up the podcast and re-listen to the questions and answers. Like free game be cooking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be somewhere else.
Nah, I remember we was talking about like they said Cole should die, but I didn't watch that interview. I will remember that. I
Bro,
promise you.
Free
we
game if you want to
read
read the
it.
top
We
half, and
read it
Baara, you read the
verbatim on
bottom
a
half.
pod.
Oh, we read it. This must have
Yeah,
happened
we
a while
read it.
Go
ago.
ahead. If you want to read it out loud.
Go ahead.
What'd you say, Udi? I hear.
It's in chat.
I
Oh,
found
you put it
another
in
one.
chat?
Okay.
Go ahead, Cowboy. All right, free game if you want to read the first one. Baara if you want to read the second one.
What chat?
Oh my!
I was
days.
finding as
I
many
didn't-
of them as I could find because
Cloud
they're
Edge
kind of
chat?
scattered all over the place in our podcast
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah, gang. All due respect, I didn't want to relive this. I didn't want to relive this interview, bro.
Well, you know what? You're going to now. It's too late.
Yeah, I'm not reading this out loud. Yeah.
All right, free game.
Wait,
You're
you
up.
mean the interview where
can't
Kishimoto
say it.
said something about a 15-year-old?
Oh my, and yeah, that was a whole thing as
I
well.
remember that too.
You know, yeah, bro. Oh
It's
my
all the
goodness,
same
that was a
interview.
thing for like 20. That was a thing for like 16 to 24 hours on Twitter. Oh man.
Then they say,
Fun thumbnail to make.
my bad. I muted myself. Then they say that they they like fucked up the translation, like they translated what he said wrong.
No, well, the thing with Sarda, that's kind of just wrong, but not everything.
Yeah. I believe it was like a mistranslation that kind of made it seem like Masashi Kishimoto was a lot weirder than he actually meant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For the
Yeah.
record, I've translated the 3% thing.
What was the 3% thing? Oh, the
first
him writing
image.
3%.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I could read a tad bit. I could read like the second portion because I guess this right here pretty much just shows what's going on. So the question is, how do you work together? Do you collaborate on the drawing and storyline, or do you work separately? Question from Le Journal de Mickey. Masashi Kishimoto says, in the case of Boruto, I initially wrote the broad outlines of the story, but very succinctly. We then organized a meeting to discuss it. Ikimoto Sensei is really the one who's fully in charge of Boruto. That line right there broke my heart. I ain't gonna lie, it broke my heart. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
So Ikimoto says at the I'll read what Ikimoto says. He says at the beginning, or this isn't even Ikimoto. Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, you're not reading the
think-
3% one, by the way, so we'll read that one after. That's the image above, but keep reading this one.
All right, true. At the beginning, Master Kishimoto indeed shared his story with me. So I guess that right there saved it a bit for me personally. But he goes on to say, but the more we advance, the more different the plot becomes from what was initially planned. All right, that hurts a little bit. Today, I discussed the next part of the storyline with my editor every month. So I think Kishimoto Sensei doesn't yet know what's going to happen next in Boruto. That hurt a
He
lot.
doesn't even know. Go ahead. Real quick, Baara, when you read Masashi Kishimoto's last comment, emphasize each word, please. The second
Oh, this
one
is
in
gonna hurt.
particular.
He says, I enjoy reading it.
He
I
what?
just
Enjoy
enjoy
reading it?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So
But
he's
we all-
sitting
we
back,
all see the
he's sitting back reading it just like us.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of fire.
if you'd
though.
like to read the first image, the one above that has Boruto image in it,
Holy,
you're also
I
going
don't
to
think
read
I've seen
these
it.
ones.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen these. I never seen that 3% one.
Well, don't worry.
Alright,
This
Now
one's
you
even
have.
better.
All right, so I'll go ahead and throw it. Since then, however, the continuation of Naruto's story has been illustrated by Mikio Ikimoto, Kishimoto's former assistant. Kishimoto himself watches over the development of the world he created as just another fan. Oh my goodness. Describing himself as a reader of the serialized manga. Oh my
Read the bottom part, too.
Regarding Boruto, Kishimoto commented, "For Boruto, I initially just provided some basic concepts and hints. After that, I came up with about 3% of the storyline ideas. Oh my days.
Oh my
The
days.
rest, the rest, including the storyboards, are all being handled by Ikimoto. At this point, I just check over the finished draft just to make sure there are no issues. I guess
Of
that's
which,
good.
of which he said he never has any complaints.
Oh my.
He just approves of
I-
Kimono Rise.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's assisting. He's assisting. We'll just say that.
No, he's
We don't
pretending
need to
to
get
assist. He's just
we
not
don't need to
doing
dive
anything.
Bro,
we
they
don't need
they
to dive
they
into the
they
specifics.
they
What are you talking about
they
here?
they're bringing a manga to him. He's swiping through it. He's like, "Yep, good. Publish it."
Yeah.
I doubt he's even doing
It
that.
can't be that.
Ikimoto's like, hey, do you mind if I change your story? He's like, yeah, I don't care. That's his approval.
It can't be that, bro. I believe he's just saying that to big up my guy Ikimoto, give him more, and let him seem like more of the alpha when it comes to the creation of Boruto.
Okay. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just being Japanese humble man culture society norm. Why is Ikimoto putting down Kishimoto if that's the case?
Yeah, why isn't Ikimoto saying, that's not true, you help me more than you say? Instead, he's like, Ikimoto's just like, yeah, dude, I do everything. Screw Kadachi. We're gonna pretend he doesn't exist. I wrote all that too.
What are the chances that we get a Dragon Ball Super-esque series, and this is just looked at as a GT because Masashi Kishimoto is just quote unquote assisting? What are the chances?
It won't happen.
I mean,
It's already been serialized as the sequel.
As canon.
Yeah, it's like, are we just gonna say this didn't happen?
Nah, it can't happen.
Yeah, it can.
yeah, it's too late.
True, yeah. Good facts. Good facts. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like if this was Kodachi, I'd be a lot more comfortable with it just because I appreciated the first 52 or 53 chapters a lot more. Maybe it was the pacing. Maybe Kodachi just had no chill. Or he was just too new of writing that he just gave us all the good stuff first. Maybe it was that, but I just preferred Kodachi over Ikimoto. I don't necessarily have.
He just wrote better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a fact. For a
He
fact.
destroyed the car arc.
Progressive.
He didn't
He
destroy the car arc. I mean, you could argue Kara was underutilized, and that's fine. I would agree. But, like, the Kara arc is still way better than all of Tubular Vortex.
Bruh, he destroyed the.
Like, why are you
Shiki
looking
arc,
at
bro.
Kara in the Kara art?
What?
I mean, it's not even the
Very
Kara
even
arc. It's actually the Kawaki arc.
Exactly.
No, I'm just talking about the car actuation arc. It's
That's not even in the manga.
anime.
He
Yeah,
didn't
that's not the
destroy
manga.
it. He just didn't write it.
Yeah, that's not the manga. Well, you must be talking about like the arc after the Kata actuation arc, the one that was actually brought to the anime, the one that was adapted
okay.
to the anime.
Yeah, which arc are you referring to?
Like that. When they fought
Okay, that's the
Boro
Kawaki
and-
arc.
Yeah, that's Kawaki arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I will say with that, I feel like because Kodachi rushed so much, we never really got the Kata organization that we thought we should have gotten. Like we thought it could have been like an Akatsuki 2.0. With the Akatsuki, one of the first things that we did actually get to see was Hidan and Kakuzu pulling up to like I forgot the actual what the spot was called, but a bunch of monks, and they just slaughtered like a bunch of monks. Like that was the first thing that we saw. We never really got to see that kind of scene or build up with the Kata organization. They never got that much buy-in as well. Like they
You know,
should've killed a
if
lot more
only
people.
Kodachi left it clearly open at so many points for the anime to go on and expand the material. Oh,
Yeah.
wait! He did! Oh, man! Oh, what happened there?
Bruh,
I mean,
that broke my heart when I didn't see it in the anime. It broke my heart. I ain't gonna lie.
I will say, generally, I agree. The Kara stuff the Kara itself could have been more fleshed out, which is why I love the fact that the anime just made Deepa the most goated Boruto villain ever. But even then, despite that flaw, I'm still hands down saying the Kawaki arc is infinitely better than all of Tubular Vortex.
Well, hang on. I wouldn't necessarily call it inherently a flaw if the story just isn't
I would
focusing
totally
on it.
disagree
You
with
could say that you would like to see it but I don't think that inherently draws.
I would agree with that
on
too.
the arc.
I would agree because thematically, there's no problem with just not getting a whole lot with Boro. I mean, frankly, thematically, you got what you needed with Boro. He relies on ninja tech too much. Like that's just there. They did what they need to do with him. It just would have been cool because part of it is just we're just thinking of the Akatsuki. We want them to be like that.
That's the real thing. So free game. Who are you comparing Kara to?
Free it.
Free game.
He wants to be in the sunken place right now. But yeah, me personally, I compare them to
He's
Akatsuki.
speechless. He doesn't know who he's comparing it to.
Yeah. The legendary #1 group in all of anime from the godly Naruto. I don't want to say experience. Okay.
You are cutting out, Udi.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up, Udi.
I mean, for all you know, you're still talking.
Yeah, but I get the idea, though. It is kind of like it's a rough comparison for the Kata organization because Akatsuki was just that good. But I just thought that they should have dove a lot deeper into specifically, individually all the members of the Kata organization. We got a little bit of that with Boro once that did actually get animated or adapted to the anime. I thought we could have done that with multiple other characters of the Kata organization. I talked about a little bit earlier. I thought Cold could have been like a great little addition at the early part to actually give us his backstory. I don't know if you recall this time, but there's a time where Cold was like arguably one of the most hyped Kata members. Simply because we didn't know much about him, we barely seen him fight, and he always had
that one scene of him just leaning on his head, being like, "Oh, I guess I'll have to fight him next," and then he's guarding the 10 tails and not fighting anyone. So the whole time you're just like, "Oh, who is he? Who is he gonna fight?"
Exactly. If the anime just dove into his backstory right there, and again, that could have been kind of spoiling a little bit for the future storyline and stuff like that. But dive a little bit deeper into Code in the anime. Give us a little bit more of his character. Even past that, like some of the actual hardcore plot lines. Dive deeper into those. Like, it could have gave us a little bit more of the cyborgs and the scientists when it comes to the Kata organization, specifically how Amato got a lot of information. Now, it's still to this day, people are asking like, how in the world did Amato get all this information? I feel like that could have been some interesting stuff that we've seen back in the day. But in my personal opinion,
I would argue maybe not because it's still a mystery. That could just be an intentionally held off plot point. I do think though the whole inner's outer system in general is basically a waste because you just got Ao and Garo. That's it. They don't do anything with the outers anyway. So it's almost just like, I don't know, maybe just, I don't know what you would do with, like, don't even call them outer members. I don't even know, but it's kind of weird. Like, that they had that and then didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I thought they could have done a lot more with that. The outers plus the inner concept. I thought at least more people. Ao was a good plot twist, but I thought more people could have been a part of the Kata organization. What you mean? Did you say it again? I didn't hear it.
And Ao is ironically one of the best Kara members, and he's not even an inner.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been multiple different Aos. Like, I remember one of my earliest theories, I thought that it's possible that Shikamaru could have had ties to the Kata organization. He was just a spy working in the Hidden Leaf Village. I feel like that could have been like a crazy plot twist. I feel like opportunities like that just wasn't taken. Of course, Shikamaru is different because there's like bigger plans for him to become the Hokage and stuff. But other characters could have had more ties to the Kata organization that was like more core to the actual plot lines, in my personal opinion.
Hey,
it would have made it a lot more interesting.
Hey, Kamui, I heard your job while I was away getting some pizza, but
wait, what? Wait, which thing specifically?
You said that I didn't have nothing to say because it's something I can't remember.
Oh yeah, you like were gone, and it was like, you must be speechless.
Yeah, I think the question was who did you compare the Kata organization to? And
I mean,
who are you comparing to?
Of course, but
exactly that's the point. Yeah. Like the best villain organization ever.
Facts.
But I agree. I agree
what
with some
from Ikimoto are you comparing?
Like
to Naruto?
I agree with. I think it was Baara's statement But like some of the backstory, or I can't remember who made the statement, but it was like they were saving like some of the backstory for later on, and that could fix like the car organization's like downfalls, because
Yeah.
we didn't get not Ada, sorry, what's the old girl name that fought Naruto?
Delta.
Delta. Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't
Delta.
get Delta's backstory until like TBV or the end of Boruto, when it was discovered that it was a Kibi, and like a model
Or
was like
bootlegger Kibi.
explaining, huh?
I said bootlegger Kibi.
Like he was explaining like he tried to bring her back, but like her personality wasn't the same. So yeah, a bootleg a Kibi. Anyways, but yeah, so like we got the backstory on her later on, so we may get backstories on other Kara organization members later on.
I mean, something small that I think they could have done more of is just at least alluding to why each member of Kara wanted to be there in the first place. So obviously in the anime with Boro, they added he wants infinite Tsukiyomi. And then with Code, you see worships Ishiki. That one you could have maybe hinted at a little bit more earlier, but the anime kind of did that anyway. But like when it comes to like, obviously in Victor's case and Deepa, they just gave us an anime original arc for it. But like even in the manga, I'm saying they could have given us like hints as to why they're all there. Koji could have been a mystery that you reveal in the Kawaki arc when he's betraying Ishiki. You know, I could create to kill you, blah blah blah. But like, the fact is that they didn't give us anything. It's just you just find out of nowhere. Code's obsessed with Otsutsuki in chapter 55 all at once. You find out after the arc's over that Delta is Akabi's clone. You never actually find out in the manga what Boro's deal is. You never find out what Victor's deal is. Ikimoto forgot Victor even existed in the first place. You know, there's just nobody knows why is Ada and David there. Nobody knows why any member of Kara actually joined. That's the number one thing I would say they could have done better.
No, yeah, for a fact. I mean, one of our biggest complaints, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, is just they didn't put that much work in. They didn't kill a lot of people. And it could just be like a function of Boruto overall, because I feel like in Boruto, life just feels a lot more durable than like in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. And Naruto Shippuden just seemed like so fragile. I remember, again, y'all know my favorite character is Gaara. Essentially named my channel after him. The first arc, he almost died. Like the first arc, an Akatsuki member almost killed him. Whereas, like with the Kado organization, like you rarely, and you got those moments, but it barely came. Like few and far between. Like I don't know if and Kawaki wasn't necessarily like a homie at this particular point, but I don't know if we actually did feel that sense of fear when he was going against Garo. When we went against Awa, I'm not entirely sure if we felt that sense of fear for anyone outside of Konohamaru. I thought he could have possibly died, but that's Konohamaru. Let's be honest. But
I
like,
think that's a Boruto thing in general. Honestly,
Mhm.
start to finish, like there's various reasons for it, but yeah, it doesn't. I mean, especially this is especially getting worse later on with all the fake out deaths because it's like even now, okay, Konohamaru is in a bad situation, right? Okay, but this could easily be the 20th time that he's gonna fake out death someone to where
Yeah.
it looks like he's gonna die. Oh no, he actually doesn't die. You know, it's all they're doing. So it's
To be fair, Kamui, and Titan does that all the time, especially in the finale, and you still call it peak.
Well, Attack on Titan different on person. Attack on Titan is
Oh,
arguably the
God.
greatest anime of all time. What are we talking about here? We can't just bring Attack on Titan.
I
Attack
mean,
on
what
Titan.
scene in particular are you referring to with the fake out deaths? What like Flock like surviving the bow? He's the enemy, so that works.
No,
It,
I'm talking about in the
First
finale,
episode, Eric
all the
survived
main
as well.
characters.
Okay.
what characters? Okay, I mean, I could give you a few like examples, but I want to know what your examples are.
Well, it's not like big moments. It's just whenever a character's about to die and then they don't.
Such
The
as?
reason why I feel like, oh my God.
What's up,
So
bud?
I can name some, but I want to know what you're thinking of.
I was
I'm
gonna say the
thinking of
reason I feel like
pretty much
the
all
reason I
of
feel.
them. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to say sorry. The reason I was about to say the reason I feel like they can get away with it is because Attack on Titan actually does kill a lot of people. Like they kill a lot of their side characters. So I feel like they can get away
But
with
that's early
almost killing
on.
people.
It changed later on. I don't if you guys wanted to spoil anything, just in case anyone's listening, but
Yeah, I get. I mean, I guess this isn't truly an Attack on Titan pod,
I
but
mean,
yeah, I
even
get
then,
it. But
just in comparison, Attack on Titan actually killed people. Whether
yeah,
randoms or actual people, like, at the end of the day, even if the numbers trickle off, they killed people. In every season, important people die. In
and
Boruto, no, they don't die. They get turned into a tree where they're explicitly alive, or they die and immediately come back, like Karama, or they just don't die.
yeah, like
I
Inogen.
mean, whereas yes, Boruto isn't killing anyone at all. I'm talking about in terms of a character death that's big, that isn't necessary. That's on the good guy side.
I mean, that happened in Attack on Titan, and one of the other things I'll defend Attack on Titan with this, it makes sense why the deaths wouldn't be that prevalent in the later chapters because they got better as I forgot the actual name,
Yeah, so
but
did the
they got
threat.
better. I mean, true, but it's still like
It goes against the theming of the world.
Well, to be fair, I guess that to some extent the threat was also focusing specifically on Eren as time went on. Like the better threat, like the Armored Titan is better than the Smiling Titan, but the Armored Titan is pretty much only focused on Eren, whereas the Smiling Titan's just freaking trying to kill everyone. So there's also that.
Well, arguably the Smiling Titan was controlled the entire time. But that's
Well, either way, though, the point is the Smiling Titan isn't specifically trying to get Eren.
No
It's
Attack
killing
on Titan
whoever.
slander on this podcast.
too late.
Well, I guess it would be Yesali. I like, you know what? I do support this. We're allowed to slander Boruto on this Boruto themed podcast. You can't slander Attack on Titan.
we're giving criticism, we're giving constructive criticism here for Boruto. But speaking of, I guess we could big up Boruto. We talked about this before you guys hopped on the pod, but the volume sales for the past 4 volumes have been increasing. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Well, I've seen a lot of Twitter posts that are definitely bullshit with the numbers.
Explain.
So I don't
I
know
might have
what
fell
I'm
for it.
supposed to believe.
Let me Freeham, could you share your screen with the numbers? I think the most recent picture I sent you is like a better one. I don't even know if Freeham's here.
Yeah,
Are you here?
Yeah.
All right, true. Share your screen real quick. Yeah. I think we've hit like the highest first week sales numbers since volume 17 when Boruto got impaled and came back to life. Ironically, we are just talking about how life is super durable in Boruto, but yeah.
What's that?
So
To be
we
fair, I think consistency matters infinitely more than a single chapter popping off.
no, yeah, and
the first chapter, the first volume of TBB, was that one not high? I figured that one, if anything, would
No,
be like
the
higher one.
episode or the chapter where Kurama comes back is, as you can imagine, the most popular one by far.
yeah,
Oh.
that's
like third
specific.
Maybe my
chapter,
least favorite
but-
volume.
Yeah, that specific chapters, like in chapter numbers, yeah, of course. But
Chapter 9.
for specifically volume sales, I feel like I mean, I think it's a little bit different. You got the
Yeah,
I don't know which
okay.
chapters are in which volume, so
he's bringing it up right here. All right, so there it is right there. So, chapter 1 of TBV is the first one, and the most recent volume is like the most recent volume. Period. Well, you guys get it. Like first week sales has been, like kind of been steadily climbing. I think if it continues like this, which I think it will over the next couple volumes, I think obviously like the finale of this arc is probably going to have the most sales of like this and of the probably the entire TBV so far. Like if
Well,
it
the
continues to
problem with
climb,
that, though, is
we're in good spots.
the problem with that though is looking at this graph, the long-term sales don't seem to matter relative to their first week. For example, the first volume has the lowest first week sales, if that's what the dark blue is. Yet its total sales are still the highest. Now I know it came out first, but like the volume 3 has substantially higher first week sales, but its total is the same. Again, it came out later, so that's technically better, but it's not like that much better if it's equaling out. So that might not necessarily mean long-term sales are going to be any different.
That's possible. I'm thinking of it more optimistically, whereas this could be a trend of something new or the start of something new. Shout out High School Musical.
The first question is, what is this graph in general? Because if this graph is physical sales only in Japan only, then this means
Yeah.
nothing to me.
Oh, explain. Why does that mean nothing? Well, first things first, I do believe that this is that because I don't think the English version of Volume 4 came out yet, or of TBV yet. So, for a
In
fact, yeah.
in Japan, the sales is all that matters. They'll cancel it if it's low in sales. In Japan,
I don't
it could be
think
high in
that's
sales in
anymore.
America, but I promise you.
Well, according to Kishimoto's editor, Naruto does great overseas because it's stupid or
Hollywood.
whatever it said. Remember that?
That's the best way you could have misquoted that, cowboy.
Well, what was the quote? What was the quote, Udi?
You know what? Okay, I hate to derail, but that's sort of our thing, anyways. Cowboy, you get them.
Okay, where was it posted?
Crap, I'm gonna look for it too, really quick. So I'll explain what I mean. So first of all, it's 2025 to where physical sales don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, considering over, I think 70% of sales are online nowadays. Actually, a post-pandemic world. But also, yeah, I can't really find it while I'm talking. If you can just find it, I guess. But
I'm looking
also,
for it. Did you? I hope you didn't delete it though.
hope I didn't either. Yeah. Also, if it's Japan only, like Kamui was getting at, but miserably explained, it is just more popular across the world, and in this day and age, that does matter more because that success is more renowned, and they are giving things more of a chance. A third factor is the fact that Boruto isn't in Shonen Jump anymore; it's in V Jump, and that does matter because V Jump isn't about the success of the manga. V Jump is a merchandise-focused magazine, and so with Boruto sharing the Naruto franchise IP, it's really measured on its success in terms of how many sales it gets on its merch, including the Naruto series, rather than how well the actual manga is written or how that sells. So it isn't really necessarily about this in terms of what Boruto's success is looking like.
Gotcha.
You put me on. I didn't know that.
I think you
I do-
deleted this.
What happened? I do want to say, but one of the things. Well, first is first. Yeah, you gave me some information, but I was kind of thinking like, if hypothetically it does get more popular in Japan, maybe we could get some more movies. Maybe we could get some more auxiliary things when it comes to the Boruto series. What do you guys think? Will we actually get a movie? How's this looking?
If I
Or will
Well, if
we
you ask
if-
Ron, it might be the code arc, last
I-
prophecy arc.
if I didn't like you, Baara,
Oh, yeah.
I would tell you to hold your breath.
You don't think we getting the movie at all?
Not anytime soon. Hell no.
Crazy that we got so many Naruto movies, but they refuse to make a Boruto movie.
Exactly.
I think part of it is merchandise is the focus. Maybe you could just argue that they would make the Boruto-focused movie merch, but I don't know. That could be part of it. But also, can we get the code arc before we get a movie?
Yeah, good point. We
I think that's the
actually do
focus
need
there.
that.
Yeah.
You know, facts.
Does anyone else have an answer? Because I have a topic.
Yeah, Udi, I could not find that
I
image.
found it.
So
Don't worry,
it's,
Kami. I already posted it in chat. It wasn't
Oh,
a
okay.
picture. It was the video. Okay, so free game. Since you're sharing your screen, if you will reach to Cloud Ninja Podcast chat, I posted a video in there. It already has the timestamp laid out. So perfect. This is a Naruto explained video. He's going over a specific interview that was released a while. This is in reference to Naruto, and Naruto's editor at the time. This was the Five Kage arc when this was released. So this was that Kishimoto editor. But this is what that Kishimoto editor had to say. I suppose you can mute the video. Once it pops up, it's going to take like 2 seconds for it to pop up on screen whenever it does. And if it doesn't give it stamped, then the timestamp is at 40, let's say
403, I saw it.
410.
It's at 410.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Realistically, I probably just took a screenshot and just posted that. Whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for the whole time.
You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Not long, my brother. Not long. What the hell? All right, can you see the screen?
Oh, you do got it? Okay. I got the first one here. All right, anyways, I'm putting the first one in chat. If you want to go ahead, redirect.
Hold on.
Screen.
Because it's coming off my computer.
Yeah. I have both posted in chat now. So, all right, looks like you got it.
It does make sense that it uses more subtle
Basically,
writing
you could
than
just ignore the
Naruto,
video.
which
Okay.
by Kishimoto's former editor own words, Yahigi, Naruto as a series goes out of its way to spoon feed the information, right in a very linear fashion, and not to take the more subtle approach that manga traditionally take, which is what you see with the other contemporaries in the big three. So Bleach and One Piece, they took that subtle approach. While Boruto is closer to those series and how it chooses not to spoon feed, it does still at times continue that trend that Naruto had of spoon feeding the reasoning and the logic behind the choices and the battles, making them very linear, because it still has some of those tendencies that you see with traditional gateway shonen. Boruto is just that type of character.
Yeah, shout out to Naruto Explain. Subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, facts.
But what was you referencing there? What was point blank?
Okay, so if you look at chat, I posted the screenshots he had on his screen, and that's the interview.
Mm.
I can talk. Sorry, the Cloud Ninja chat.
Bro, you got me doing so much. Hold on.
Not really. It's not.
He just asking to pull up a clip. Like, what are you doing? Or pull up a picture. Oh no, the other one. I think that's the last one he sent. That was the Kishimoto interview.
This one?
Yeah. You know, forget if you just want to stop sharing your screen, and I'll share mine and pull it up on my end.
Is it this
Yeah.
one right here, bro?
Okay. Yeah. You got it.
Alright, facts.
All right, go ahead.
So should we read this one? Because I don't think
Yeah.
Naruto explained it.
I think this is actually the second picture. Oh, there's
Yeah.
one above is technically first. Yeah. One above. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So did either of you to read this, or shall I? Or
Go ahead, read it.
I could read it.
Oh.
him?
Children feel good just by looking at a good picture. For example, if the picture has good perspective or the sky is clearly visible, they will say, "I like this." So, it's about whether it's interesting at first glance. We've been reading manga for a long time, so we tend to read deeper into what makes manga interesting. But many people overseas don't understand Japanese manga. I think that's probably because they don't have literacy or reading comprehension. So ultimately, I think that Naruto doesn't require that kind of reading comprehension.
Bruh,
So
he
just
flamed
immediately.
us.
Yeah. So Baara, what do you think of what Yahigi thinks about you? Please,
Well, no, I could tell. No, I could tell this was
Several
the.
strays.
I could kind of tell this was the approach. Like, I mean, this is kind of unfair, but comparing it to a series like Attack on Titan and even like a Death Note, you kind of understand it.
Well, you know, it's
you kind of
interesting
understand it was like a
list
more.
those two series because Yahigi has something else in mind for what he considers to be a little bit more complex. You want to go to the second screenshot?
Yes,
Yeah, let's lob to it. First things first, I hope they change that idea or that thinking. I'd prefer them going to the other non-straightforward method, especially into TBV, which we kind of thought would be more for the more mature audience.
Yeah. So Attack on Titan and Death Note. That's very interesting that you say that, Baara, because
as Yaki puts it, this is just my feeling. But what One Piece is doing is all it sounds strange to call it kabuki, the chivalry way, right? I think that probably is what kabuki. Like old Yakuza movies, it's like a theatrical or stage play, including the tear-jerking parts that appeal to Japanese people. Naruto is Hollywood-oriented in a sense, including the development. That's why I think the nature of it selling well around the world is different. So, ignoring the rest of it first, he thinks we're idiots, but that it sells well because it's written like Hollywood is written.
Yeah, nah, I gotta disagree with that.
Bro,
I gotta
I just
disagree with
caught
that.
several strays.
He could have animated farts and called it Naruto Next Generation, and it still would have sold. Like he needs to understand that first things first. It's like, but also, I feel like the other way would have sold well as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand where he's coming from when it comes to like a first glance or look perspective. But the thing about what I thought what was special about Boruto, they had the opportunity to not solely go after brand new viewers. They already had a well established fan base, which I thought could have like aided them in their creation process. They could have thought that the fan base would have understood, or probably would have allowed them to take a bit more time to let the stuff marinate and not actually give us the answer straightforward, like more linear plot lines.
You know, I hear what you're saying, Baara, but really all of that pales in comparison to the depth of One Piece. Just the philosophy in that show, it might as well just college level course, if you ask me. Like just the complexity. I just can't wrap my head around it. Because I'm not in Japan. I'm a foreigner, so I lack reading comprehension. So it makes sense that I can't understand something as deep as One Piece. But Naruto, it's really easy. It looks cool, as Yaki
Yeah,
puts
it's
it.
easy writing.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Like you don't need college level philosophy for Naruto, but you do need it for Boruto.
You need a feed. Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, so if you haven't taken
when
college
did this
level
come out?
philosophy, you don't understand the Shinju.
Wait, when did
Like,
this come out?
that-
I never even seen this.
Wow.
When did this come
Naruto
out?
explained, guys.
Yeah, shout out my guy Naruto explained.
To be fair, Baara, how many hundreds of pages of data books have we never seen before? It's like probably anime guidebooks. It's probably genuinely 10,000 pages of Naruto that we haven't seen. That's been officially released.
Good point. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy.
Facts. Yeah.
Again, I wish they would take some of that, like I wish they take a different approach. Mello would appreciate them taking a different approach. Mello would be crashing out if he's seen this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Mello would be crashing out.
Speaking of Mello, where is Mello, Baara?
Mello wanted to take a break from Boruto, which I kind of appreciate. Well, I kind of respect. Like, I understand it.
But wait, I thought Boruto was like peak.
Well, it is. It is.
Well.
But,
So why is he taking a break?
From peak?
Because
Yeah.
he kind of got tired of talking about Boruto. Even on the pod, sometimes he was like, "Bro, I don't
Because
really
it's
know
peak.
about Boruto."
It's just so peak.
you
He's sick of talking about it.
If you watch the last few podcasts he was on, he was like really complaining about talking about Boruto. He wanted
How
to
peak
talk
it
about
was?
everything. No, like he wanted to
Bor-
talk about other
I believe
things.
no. I believe Boruto is still peak, but it could get repetitive. I'll say that. It could get repetitive.
He's complaining because of how
honest,
unworthy we are, of how undeserving of this godly divine material we're witnessing before our very eyes.
Well, I'm thinking
Oh,
it's because
another
people
thing is
aren't-
too. I think like Mello wanted to do its own thing too. It's just that aspect.
Well,
as
no, I think Owen Conway making a bigger point. Shout out my guy Mello, by the way. But so,
Yeah, shout
what
out
would you
Mello.
guys rate TBV
Text him
on a
tonight.
1 to 10? In fact, what would you guys rate TBV on a 1 to 10 so far? Because it seems like you guys have been underwhelmed. It seems you guys been underwhelmed.
It is the second worst manga I have read. Granted, I've only read like 6.
Holy!
That's
Now we
crazy.
capping. Now we're
The
capping.
only The only thing I think is worse is JJK.
That's crazy. That's the number one selling.
Manga in
It's the
Japan.
worst manga I have read.
That's crazy. Wow.
Shout out
I
to
think
the final arc.
I read the couple. I read a couple I said read. I watched a couple first episodes of JJK, and I did understand why it was the highest selling manga. It's good, but the highest selling manga in Japan, I don't know. Partner. Maybe I gotta read.
Yeah, I don't know how either. It's all because of Gojo and Gato and Toji, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Gojo is the GOAT.
Those three are just they carried this like on a hidden inventory. I think carried JJK to like the god's end of its success.
Well, I will say in terms of my rating, I have seen 113 total anime. And whereas to be fair, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex isn't animated yet,
Did
I just
you
threw
write
it
this
on my
down?
list anyways.
Yeah, how'd you have the
Yes.
exact number?
Yeah, like did you write this shit down?
Well, because I write all of the specific exact numbers down whenever I
that's crazy.
I gotta
basically.
respect.
That's like female. I heard females write down every dude they. Never mind. This is gone.
I do too.
So-
what you talking about? That,
What?
On my list of 113.
You write down every dude you be with?
Not do, bro. Why we gotta do this?
What?
What you were saying, my guy?
Yeah, on my list of 113 total anime, I have Boruto 2 Blue Vortex ranked as 101.
All right, yeah. Now we capping. Now we're just being
101st
performative.
best anime.
Now we're
so
just
it
being
is-
performative.
Is so low, it is not in the category of bad. It's near the top of unwatchable.
All right, yeah. Now we just capping. In my
I mean, I have it
personal
color
opinion,
coded and everything.
I feel like
Jonathan Oliver
like,
is punching air right now.
in my personal opinion, I feel like don't get me wrong, TVV could have for sure been better, but I actually like what we've seen so far, and I actually like.
I like it, but it's just still like arguably the worst manga I've read.
Well, it depends on the lineup of mangas you've read. If we're talking,
Well,
Death Note,
exactly. I mean,
Attack
yeah,
on
like to be
Titan,
fair, we have.
alright.
I'm gonna throw Naruto in there because even though I've only seen the anime, I'm just gonna count it. So Naruto, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen, Boruto Part 1, and Boruto Part 2.
All right, so we got heavy hitters.
You read the Hunter x Hunter manga?
Yeah,
That's
I'm up to date on the current manga. I haven't read the manga parts that the anime covers, but I'm gonna read them. I'm counting.
And to
it
be
anyway.
fair, Baara, I wouldn't necessarily classify these as the heavy hitters. I would say they are Swag Kage's heavy hitters.
They do happen to be all of, like I said, my top 5 is the same as like Gage's minus Dragon Ball, just by pure coincidence.
Hey,
Wait, come on, you don't have Dragon Ball in your top 5? Well, that's a.
I mean, honestly, bro, I haven't even read Dragon
Oh
Ball,
wait,
and it's
Dragon
right higher
Ball
than
Z.
TBV.
Dragon Ball Z.
I haven't read any Dragon Ball anything, but it's still right higher than TBV.
Yeah, I know, Baara. He's blasphemous. We know. We're gonna say a prayer every single night until he starts it.
This is
hasn't- he just
bad.
hasn't
This
started
is bad.
Yeah, fine.
Wait, have you seen
we
Cowboy
have a lot
Bebop?
of things lined up, okay? That we haven't
If I-
finished yet.
Oh yeah, you gotta start that. I gotta start mine too. I ain't gonna lie. But have you seen Cowboy Bebop, One Piece, any legendary anime?
I've seen
Well,
Naruto.
wait, is Naruto not a legendary anime?
Well, yeah. Some people would call it like a third generation because it's like people call it a copycat of Dragon Ball Z. So people might say it's not. But yeah.
No,
yeah.
I haven't
But
seen Dragon Ball Z, but I know that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. I thought it was true. I ain't gonna lie. Thought it was true.
Yeah, guys.
I felt-
Well, I haven't seen anything that I didn't list, so
I gotta
That's
go.
crazy.
I gotta work in the morning, so I gotta dip out.
Oh yeah,
I
it
gotta
is
go to
kind of
sleep.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining, Udi, Kamui, even though you guys didn't want to discuss spoilers. But that's okay though. That's okay. I want to shout out to the members.
Nah, yeah. Like,
Thank you, Jai G,
will-
Shells Blunt, Ready SG, Poppy Wolf, Millennium Kage, D-Man, and T.I. Spencer Jr. Thank you for the members. And what you saying, Bar? My bad.
Oh no, I was just about to say it. We didn't really talk too much of TVV today. I had some theories I wanted to run by. Well, that's because they didn't really good talk about the sports. Maybe I could probably hop on a walkie-talkie one of these days of the day. Probably hop on.
Honestly,
A little bit
you just
early.
Well, we
hop
can
on
do
like
it.
right now. We'll just go
Yeah,
to our.
we
No,
can
no,
see
no.
all you
It's,
want.
it's almost 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. About this. We not
If
about
y'all want to
to
do
spark
something
this whole new
tomorrow, we
pod.
can. Tomorrow or next day, if we get some more spoilers, we can definitely do it.
Man, Conway, I didn't realize how
That's up to Baara, though.
unengaged I was when it comes to telling us his theories. I guess he doesn't care about his theories all that much after all.
What are we talk, bro? It's
It's
2
really
a.m. We got.
disappointing me, Conway.
Bro,
Yeah,
we
it's
doing
2
it.
a.m. I guess those theories don't matter.
Yeah, theories only matter before 2 a.m., Con.